Nararangal ko pong ihandog sa inyo ang GMA News and Public Affairs Advocacy para sa eleksyon 2022 para sa patas at matalinong desisyon sa mga susunod nating iluluklok sa pwesto. Ako po ang inyong kapuso, Mike Enriquez. Ngayong eleksyon 2022, ang buong sambayanang Pilipino dapat totoo.
Noong eleksyon 2019, ang ating panawagan at panata, pusuan ang totoo. Kaya lumibot tayo sa iba't ibang panig ng bansa para ipakilala at isulong ang mga katangian ng kandidatong totoo.
Pusuan ang totoo!
Ngayong eleksyon 2022, sa harap ng hamon na ibangon ang ating bayan, lahat tayo, ang mga kandidato, ang mga botante, at ang pagbabalitang gagabay sa bayan, dapat totoo.
Ang mga tatakbo, dapat totoo.
Totoong may paninindigan para sa tama. Dapat patapat, hindi magnanakaw o tiwali.
Totoong may plataporma at konkretong solusyon sa mga isyong dapat tugunan.
Magpapakatotoo sa kanilang mandato at totoo ang hangad na makapaglingkod.
Hindi personal na kapakanan ang itataguyod.
At dahil nasa atin ang responsibilidad,
na iboto ang karapat-dapat na kandidato,
ang paninindigan ng mga botanteng Pilipino.
dapat totoo.
Magsaliksik tungkol sa kandidatong susuportahan.
Alamin ang kanilang track record
At huwag basta maniwala.
sa sabi ng iba o ng mga tumatakbo.
Himayin ang kanilang mga plano.
At suriin ang mga proyektong kanilang isinusulong.
pahalagahan, bigyang dangal, at ipaglaban ang boto.
Huwag magpabayad sa sino mang kandidato.
Tumulong sa pagpapalaganap ng katotohanan.
At huwag magkakalat ng fake news.
Ang GMA News and Public Affairs sa pagbabalita ngayong eleksyon, mananatiling totoo.
Walang takot na ihahayag ang mga problema ng lipunan para mamulat ng mga kandidato at botante sa totoong kalagayan ng bayan.
Ang mga ibabalita, walang itatago. Lahat dadaan sa masusing pagsisiyasat. Lahat ng panig, pakikinggan at bibigyang boses.
Totoong pagbabantay ang gagawin. Susuriin ang mga plataforma at posisyon ng mga kandidato sa iba't ibang issue.
Para magabayan ang mga Pilipino sa paggawa ng desisyong mahalaga sa ating kinabukasan.
Ang ating pagbabalita, noon at higit pa sa ngayon, walang kikilingan, walang poprotektahan, walang kasinungalingan.
Ngayong eleksyon 2022, ang mga kandidato, ang mga botante, at ang pagbabalitang gagabay sa bawat Pilipino, lahat tayo, dapat totoo.
Dapat totoo. The GMA News and Public Affairs Eleksyon 2022 Advocacy.
Ibahagi ang talino, siguradong gwapong-gwapo. Walang pikon dito. Katuwaan lang at kwento. At pag di ka sigurado, ask mo! Kung last 2 minutes na ng buhay mo, anong gagawin mo? Kakanta o sasayaw?
Sasayaw na lang.
Sasayaw na lang.
Sasayaw?
Sasayaw.
Sasayaw po, sasayaw. Galing ah. Sasayaw o kakanta?
Kakanta na lang.
Siguro ay wala nang natira sa mga sinulat mo na. Pumapalseto pa ah.
Stronger together. Hindi ko na alam yung lyrics.
Bilang basketball player ka ba ng feelings o stick to one?
Stick to one.
Wow.
Faithful tayo.
Player.
Wow. Ano bang lalaro mo? Bukod sa basketball, syempre.
Anong mas mahalaga? Offense o defense?
Defense.
Defense. Sa sarili mo, maging gwapo o magkaroon ng maraming pera?
Gwapo na ako, so pera na lang.
Pera na lang. Nakakagwa po pag mayaman eh.
Sa sarili mo, ang maging gwapo o magkaroon ng maraming pera?
Maraming pera, syempre. Praktikalan lang.
To have a lot of money. Hindi naman currency yung kagwapuan.
Ayun.
Ayan, dahil palagi mong hawak ay bola, syempre. Anong mas gusto mo sa siopaw? Asado o bola-bola?
Asado po, asado.
Asado.
Oh, aasado muna bago man bola-bola, ah. Mukhang Talagang mapaglaro ng feelings to ah.
Bumigat ba ang timbang mo ngayong pandemic?
Yes.
So, anong mas mabigat? 1 kilong pako o 1 kilong bulak? Oh, no! Right.
Pwede no comment?
1 kilong pako o 1 kilong bulak?
Siyempre yung pagmamahal ko sa girlfriend ko.
Oh,
Hey.
no!
Mga makukulit na sagot sa mga tanong na may hugot. At pag di ka sigurado, ask mo.
Official height, 6'7". May tira sa labas. Matibay sa loob. Matindi dumepensa. Halos lahat ng mga katangiang hinahanap ng mga basketball scouts sa isang collegiate basketball prospect ay mahanap sa team captain ng Letran Knights na si JRU Ambohot. Si Ambohot ay tubong New Bataan, Davao de Oro at kasulukuyang naglalaro sa kanyang huling season sa NCAA. Pangarap ni JRU makapagbigay muli ng kampyonato sa Letran bago siya umangat sa next level. Noong April 8, nagkaharap ang dalawang unbeaten teams na Mapua at Letran sa Battle of Intramuros. Umpisa pa lang, nagkainitan na ang dalawang kupunan. Tinawagan ng disqualifying foul si Louis Sanggalang. Pero hindi nagpatinag ang Knights. Tinuloy nila ang laban at sa pangunguna ni Ambohot, nagtagumpay ang mga Letranista 80-60. Pagkatapos ng Holy Week break, sumabak agad sa aksyon ang Knights kontra sa isa pa nilang kapitbahay sa Intramuros, ang LPU Pirates. At dahil hindi pa makalaro si Sanggalang, dumoble kayod si Ambohot at nakapagtala muli ng isang double-double, 13 points at 13 rebounds na may kasama pang 5 blocks. Dahil dito at sa endgame heroics nila Renza Bando, Fran Yu at Brent Paraiso, nanalo muli ang Letran 80-77 at naprotektahan ang kanilang malinis na kartada. 5-0 na ang defending champion Letran Knights at malaking bagay dito ang mga kontribusyon ng kanilang kapitan na nag-average ng 10.8 points, 10.6 rebounds, 1.4 assists at 1.6 blocks kada laro. Solid, hinog na at ready for the pros. Yan si JRU Ambohot ng Letran Knights, ang ating NCAA Power Player of the Week.
Ikinararangal ko pong ihandog sa inyo ang GMA News and Public Affairs Advocacy para sa eleksyon 2022 para sa patas at matalinong desisyon sa mga susunod nating iluluklok sa pwesto. Ako po ang inyong kapuso, Mike Enriquez. Ngayong eleksyon 2022, ang buong sambayanang Pilipino dapat totoo.
Noong eleksyon 2019, ang ating panawagan at panata, pusuan ang totoo. Kaya lumibot tayo sa iba't ibang panig ng bansa para ipakilala at isulong ang mga katangian ng kandidatong totoo.
Pusuan ang totoo!
Ngayong eleksyon 2022, sa harap ng hamon na ibangon ang ating bayan, lahat tayo, ang mga kandidato, ang mga botante, at ang pagbabalitang gagabay sa bayan, dapat totoo.
Ang mga tatakbo, dapat totoo.
Totoong may paninindigan para sa tama. Dapat matapat, hindi magnanakaw o tiwali.
Totoong may plataforma at konkretong solusyon sa mga isyong dapat tugunan.
Magpapakatotoo sa kanilang mandato at totoo ang hangad na makapaglingkod.
Hindi personal na kapakanan ang itataguyod.
At dahil nasa atin ang responsibilidad,
Na iboto ang karapat-dapat na kandidato ang paninindigan ng mga botanteng Pilipino.
dapat totoo. Magsaliksik tungkol sa kandidatong susuportahan.
Alamin ang kanilang track record.
At huwag basta maniwala.
Sa sabi ng iba o ng mga tumatakbo.
Himayin ang kanilang mga plano.
At suriin ang mga proyektong kanilang isinusulong.
Pahalagahan, bigyang dangal, at ipaglaban ang boto.
Huwag magpabayad sa sino mang kandidato.
Tumulong sa pagpapalaganap ng katotohanan.
At huwag magkakalat ng fake news.
Ang GMA News and Public Affairs sa pagbabalita ngayong eleksyon, mananatiling totoo.
Walang takot na ihahayag ang mga problema ng lipunan. para mamulat ng mga kandidato at botante sa totoong kalagayan ng bayan.
Ang mga ibabalita, walang itatago. Lahat dadaan sa masusing pagsisiyasat. Lahat ng panig, pakikinggan at bibigyang boses.
Totoong pagbabantay ang gagawin. Susuriin ang mga plataforma at posisyon ng mga kandidato sa iba't ibang issue.
Para magabayan ang mga Pilipino sa paggawa ng desisyong mahalaga sa ating kinabukasan.
Ang ating pagbabalita, noon at higit pa sa ngayon, walang kikilingan, walang poprotektahan, walang kasinungalingan.
Ngayong eleksyon 2022, ang mga kandidato, ang mga botante at ang pagbabalitang gagabay sa bawat Pilipino, lahat tayo dapat totoo.
Dapat totoo. The GMA News and Public Affairs. Eleksyon 2022 Advocacy.
Ibahagi ang talino, siguradong gwapong-gwapo. Walang pikon dito. Katuwaan lang at kwento. At pag di ka sigurado, ask mo! Kung last 2 minutes na ng buhay mo, ano ang gagawin mo? Kakanta o sasayaw?
Sasayaw na lang.
Sasayaw na lang.
Sasayaw?
Sasayaw.
Sasayaw po, sasayaw. Galing ah. Sasayaw o kakanta?
Kakanta na lang. Siguro ay wala nang natira sa
Mga sinulat mo na. Pumapalseto pa ah.
Stronger together. Hindi ko na alam yung lyrics.
Bilang basketball player ka ba ng feelings o stick to one?
Stick to one.
Wow.
Faithful tayo.
Player.
Wow. Ano bang lalaro mo? Bukod sa basketball, syempre.
Anong mas mahalaga? Offense o defense?
Defense.
Defense. Sa sarili mo, maging gwapo o magkaroon ng maraming pera?
Gwapo na ako, so pera na lang. Pera na lang. Nakakagwapo pag mayaman eh.
Sa sarili mo, ang maging gwapo o magkaroon ng maraming pera?
Maraming pera, syempre. Practical lang. To have a lot of money. Hindi naman currency yung kagwapuan.
Ayun.
Ayan, dahil palagi mong hawak ay bola, syempre. Anong mas gusto mo sa siopaw? Asado o bola-bola?
Asado po, asado. Asado.
Oh, aasado muna bago man bola-bola ah. Mukhang talagang mapaglaro ng feelings to ah.
Bumigat ba ang timbang mo ngayong pandemic?
Yes.
So, anong mas mabigat? 1 kilong pako o 1 kilong bulak? Oh, no! Right.
Pwede no comment?
1 kilong pako o 1 kilong bulak?
Siyempre yung pagmamahal ko sa girlfriend ko.
Oh,
Hey.
no!
Mga makukulit na sagot sa mga tanong na may hugot. At pag di ka sigurado, ask mo!
Official height, 6'7". May tira sa labas. Matibay sa loob. Matindi dumepensa. Halos lahat ng mga katangiang hinahanap ng mga basketball scouts sa isang collegiate basketball prospect ay mahanap sa team captain ng Letran Knights na si JRU Ambohot. Si Ambohot ay tubong New Bataan Davao de Oro at kasulukuyang naglalaro sa kanyang huling season sa NCAA. Pangarap ni JRU makapagbigay muli ng kampyonato sa Letran bago siya umangat sa next level. Noong April 8, nagkaharap ang dalawang unbeaten teams na Mapua at Letran sa Battle of Intramuros. Umpisa pa lang, nagkainitan na ang dalawang kupunan. Tinawagan ng disqualifying foul si Luis Sanggalang. Pero hindi nagpatinag ang Knights. Tinuloy nila ang laban at sa pangunguna ni Ambohot, nagtagumpay ang mga Letranista 80-60. Pagkatapos ng Holy Week break, sumabak agad sa aksyon ang Knights kontra sa isa pa nilang kapitbahay sa Intramuros, ang LPU Pirates. At dahil hindi pa makalaro si Sanggalang, dumoble kayod si Ambohot at nakapagtala muli ng isang double-double, 13 points at 13 rebounds na may kasama pang 5 blocks. Dahil dito at sa endgame heroics nila Renza Bando, Fran Yu at Brent Paraiso, nanalo muli ang Letran 80-77 at naprotektahan ang kanilang malinis na kartada. 5-0 na ang defending champion Letran Knights at malaking bagay dito ang mga kontribusyon ng kanilang kapitan na nag-average ng 10.8 points, 10.6 rebounds, 1.4 assists at 1.6 blocks kada laro. Solid, hinog na at ready for the pros. Yan si Gio Ambohot ng Letran Knights, ang ating NCAA Power Player of the Week.
Ikinararangal ko pong ihandog sa inyo ang GMA News and Public Affairs Advocacy para sa eleksyon 2022 para sa patas at matalinong desisyon sa mga susunod nating iluluklok sa pwesto. Ako po ang inyong kapuso, Mike Enriquez. Ngayong eleksyon 2022, ang buong sambayanang Pilipino dapat totoo.
Noong eleksyon 2019, ang ating panawagan at panata, pusuan ang totoo. Kaya lumibot tayo sa iba't ibang panig ng bansa para ipakilala at isulong ang mga katangian ng kandidatong totoo.
Ngayong eleksyon 2022 sa harap ng hamon na ibangon ang ating bayan, lahat tayo, ang mga kandidato, ang mga botante at ang pagbabalitang gagabay sa bayan, dapat totoo.
Ang mga tatakbo, dapat totoo.
Totoong may paninindigan para sa tama. Dapat matapat, hindi magnanakaw o tiwali.
Totoong may plataforma at konkretong solusyon sa mga isyong dapat tugunan.
Magpapakatotoo sa kanilang mandato at totoo ang hangad na makapaglingkod.
Hindi personal na kapakanan ang itataguyod.
At dahil nasa atin ang responsibilidad,
Na iboto ang karapat-dapat na kandidato, ang paninindigan ng mga botanteng Pilipino.
dapat totoo. Magsaliksik tungkol sa kandidatong susuportahan. Alamin ang kanilang track record.
At huwag basta maniwala.
Sa sabi ng iba o ng mga tumatakbo.
Himayin ang kanilang mga plano.
At suriin ang mga proyektong kanilang isinusulong.
Pahalagahan, bigyang dangal, at ipaglaban ang boto. Huwag magpabayad sa sino mang kandidato.
Tumulong sa pagpapalaganap ng katotohanan.
At huwag magkakalat ng fake news.
Ang GMA News and Public Affairs sa pagbabalita ngayong eleksyon, mananatiling totoo.
Walang takot na ihahayag ang mga problema ng lipunan para mamulat ng mga kandidato at botante sa totoong kalagayan ng bayan.
Ang mga ibabalita, walang itatago. Lahat dadaan sa masusing pagsisiyasat. Lahat ng panig, pakikinggan at bibigyang boses.
Totoong pagbabantay ang gagawin. Susuriin ang mga plataforma at posisyon ng mga kandidato sa iba't ibang issue.
Para magabayan ang mga Pilipino sa paggawa ng desisyong mahalaga sa ating kinabukasan.
Ang ating pagbabalita, noon at higit pa sa ngayon, walang kikilingan, walang poprotektahan, walang kasinungalingan.
Ngayong eleksyon 2022, ang mga kandidato, ang mga botante at ang pagbabalitang gagabay sa bawat Pilipino, lahat tayo, dapat totoo.
Dapat totoo. The GMA News and Public Affairs Eleksyon 2022 Advocacy.
Ibahagi ang talino, siguradong gwapong-gwapo. Walang pikon dito. Katuwaan lang at kwento. At pag di ka sigurado, ask mo! Kung last 2 minutes na ng buhay mo, ano ang gagawin mo? Kakanta o sasayaw?
Sasayaw na lang.
Sasayaw na lang.
Sasayaw?
Sasayaw.
Sasayaw po, sasayaw. Galing ah. Sasayaw o kakanta?
Kakanta na lang. Siguro ay wala nang natira sa mga sinulat mo na.
Kumapalseto pa ah.
Stronger together. Hindi ko na alam yung lyrics.
Bilang basketball player ka ba ng feelings o stick to one?
Stick to one.
Wow.
Faithful tayo.
Player.
Ano bang lalaro mo? Bukod sa basketball, syempre.
Anong mas mahalaga? Offense o defense?
Defense.
Defense. Sa sarili mo, maging gwapo o magkaroon ng maraming pera?
Gwapo na ako, so pera na lang. Pera na lang. Nakakagwa po pag mayaman eh.
Sa sarili mo, ang maging guwapo o magkaroon ng maraming pera?
Maraming pera, syempre. Practical lang. To have a lot of money. Hindi naman currency yung kagwapuan.
We are back here live from the beautiful city of Mandaluyong. And what a beautiful campus it is here at LaSalle Green Hills. That is the St. Benil Gym. And this has been our home court for the duration of the men's basketball tournament ng Season 97 ng NCAA. Now being broadcast on the country's #1 TV network, ang GMA. Kanina po, natalo sa unang pagkakataon ng Sunbury University Red Lions 68-54 kontra sa ngayon na 6-2 Mapua University Cardinals, and that sets the stage for this matchup between the Jose Rizal University Heavy Bombers, a dangerous squad even though they're at 1-6 as they take on the only unbeaten team in the league, the Colegio, the San Juan de Letran Knights. Mabuhay Pilipinas, and hello mga kapuso to everybody watching on GTV and to those watching via our YouTube and Facebook pages, GMA Sports PH and NCAA Philippines, at sa lahat ng mga kababayan natin watching from all over the world via GMA Pinoy TV. I'm Anton Rojas together with Mikey Reyes, and at courtside, we will have two comebacking courtside reporters dahil Mikey, nakasama natin itong dalawang to sa unang pagkakataon in NCAA Season 94. We have Aya De Quiros reporting for the JRU Heavy Bombers today. And on the other side, for the defending champions, makakapanayam natin si Chase Orozco for the Knights. So, Aya and Chase will get back to you in just a bit. But Mikey, eto na nga, because of what happened in our first game, and because JRU has nothing to lose, Letran cannot relax even though 1-6 ang kartada ng kumpara ni Coach Louie Gonzalez.
And for the first time this season, Letran has a chance to finally get the top spot na sila lang, na wala silang katabi, because that loss by San Beda, you know na Letran was watching that game and they have a chance to go up 7-0 in this game. For the JRU Heavy Bombers, yes, 1-6 sila ngayon. Medyo sa quantity, konti, 1 win. Pero quality naman, if you can get a win today, you get a win against Letran, you got a win already against St. Benil. This is something that you will continue to build on. And of course, yung development ng mga bata ni Coach Louie, very important for their confidence in their preparation for next season. So both these teams for sure, may pinaglalaban sa laban natin today.
And you know, Mikey, that now that JRU has nothing to lose, you know, JL De Los Santos, you know, Jason Celis, you know, we'll have no thoughts whatsoever with regards to shooting that basketball against the Letran Knights. Now, speaking of Letran, I've been saying it all season long, their biggest opponent seems to be themselves. And despite leading by as many as 22 points sa kanilang huling laban kontra sa EAC, they kind of relaxed towards the end. EAC was knocking on the door before Fran Yu slammed it shut.
Oh, if you look at the second half, actually, sa last game nila, they only won by 1 point, talking about Letran. Pero yung first half naman kasi nila, a very strong start for them. They entered halftime with a 19-point lead. They led by as much as 22. 5-2 lang. Doon lang lumamang ng tatlo ang EAC. From then on, talaga umalagwa na itong Letran Knights. 17 of 31 from the field is yung Letran Knights. Yung kabila naman, 11 of 31. So great defense for the Knights. 5 of 11 from deep and also out-rebounding the Generals 21-14. And yung second half na yun, I'm sure Coach Bonnie Tan is not happy. Pero sobrang lalim na kasi nung hole na nilagay ng Letran yung Generals, kaya hindi na naka-recover dito ang EAC Generals.
So in the graphics, it said 5 out of 11 from beyond the arc. And 3 of those 5 3-point baskets were made in under 4 minutes. I want to say under 3. Kaya lang yung unang 3-pointer ni Franyu was like a little bit over 3 minutes to go. But, you know, that's Franyu for you.
Yep, and playoff Fran. That's what we've been saying all season long. He's been in cruise control, and that's what happens when you have a team as talented as the Letran Knights. Your top guy, medyo nagre-relax pa ng konti, naghihintay yung moment niya. But in the last 3 minutes against the EAC Generals, when the Generals threatened, they cut the lead down to only 6 points. Dito na umalagwa si playoff Fran. 9 points in the last 3 minutes. 3 3-pointers, back-to-back yan. And you were covering that game, and narinig ko kung gaano kaka-hyped and gaano kaka-excited because Fran Yu played awesome basketball in the last 3 minutes. And this is what he does. He may not stuff the stat sheet from beginning to end, but when you need him, he will deliver. And he can prove that dito sa last game nila against EAC.
Can you just imagine if he becomes playoff Fran for more than 3 minutes? Kahit 10 minutes lang.
10 minutes lang. Relax na relax pa. Hindi nga nag-warm up eh.
So ayan po, si Fran Yu getting ready for this matchup against the Jose Rizal University Heavy Bombers, a team which Mikey and I will talk about when we come back right here on GTV.
We're stronger together.
Hi, surprise guest!
Long.
Surprise guest, ikaw ba ay into politics din? Isa ka bang artista, singer, vlogger? Surprise guest, ikaw ba ay isang artista?
Pwede.
Politiko?
No.
Athlete?
Yes!
Surprise guest, is that you, Kylene?
Yes po.
Wow, tumama ako, yay!
Bye.
Igan, grabe ka!
Congratulations on your new program.
Ate V! Hi, surprise guest!
Long.
Surprise guest, ikaw ba ay into politics din? Isa ka bang artista, singer?
Mga kapuso, we are back here live on GTV. I'm Anton Rojas, he's Mikey Reyes, and as we mentioned earlier, pag-usapan namin ang Jose Rizal University Heavy Bombers. So they lost their first 5 games of season 97, won against CSB, and then lost again versus San Sebastian. Now, Mikey, we're going to compare that win, that lone win, and then the last defeat nitong kupunan ni Coach Louie Gonzalez.
Yeah, tale of two teams. Nanalo sila against CSB. Ang laki ng upset na yon. And inasahan natin na medyo madadala nila yon in their next game against San Sebastian. But again, they struggled. Kita naman dito against CSB. They limited the Blazers to 3 of 19 from the outside. Yung San Sebastian naman, 10 of 23. Yung rebounding battle, this is when ang layo nito. They actually out-rebounded the Blazers by 18 rebounds. And then they got out-rebounded by the Stags by 11. That's a big difference dun sa rebounding battle. Also, same number of turnovers. They threw the ball away the same amount of times. But they allowed San Sebastian to 21 points off of those 19 turnovers. Yung St. Cloud ng kalaban nila, yes, they threw the ball away 19 times, but they only allowed the Blazers to only 9 points off those miscues. So this is a big difference. The tale of two teams. Now, the biggest question is, which JRU will show up today against Letran?
Well, I want to see a JRU with an explosive and unconscious Jason Celis. Now, Mikey, at the beginning of the season, we weren't too familiar with this guy. But now, we know who he is. And I dug into his past a little bit. Akalain mo, naglaro pala to sa Letran noong season 94. He was teammates with Geo Ambot, he was teammates with Fran Yu, and he was also teammates with Bong Quinto and Christian Fajarito, who's still here with Letran. So now he goes up against his former team in the NCAA for the very first time. Should be interesting.
Well, ako yung unang-unang aamin na Jason Celis, pasensya na. Dahil hindi ko lang ayaw ko lang isulat dun sa script natin. But in his first 3 games wherein he was struggling from the field, 17% in their first 3 games. He only averaged 10.3 points dun sa first 3 games nila. He was 8% from deep, 2 of 26. And ito yung game on na lumabas kami doon and I was like, sino ba yung Jason Celis? Bakit tira ng tira? And in their next 4 games, this is when umalagwa itong si Jason Celis. Kaya naman pala tira ng tira. 22 points on an average in their last 4 games. 44% from the field, 31% from deep. And kung hindi lang pumutok si JM Calma kahapon nung naglaro yung San Sebastian, number 1 in points, bigla-bigla itong si Jason Celis. And that is the reason why he kept letting it fly in the first 3 games. And we will see kung kakayanin niya ulit score ng marami kontra Up Knights.
But you know, brother, I don't blame you because if you're wondering what the numbers of Jason Celis was when he was with Letran, he only played 4 minutes per game and only averaged 2 points per contest, but he was playing behind JP Calvo and Fran Yu. So, you know, that's a very tough role.
Yeah, yung depth chart nun, medyo marami siya na nauuna sa kanya. But here with JRU, kitang-kita naman Coach Dewey giving him the greenest of lights dito sa Bombers.
And, you know, we have a lot of stories like that. Robert Bolick, when he was given the opportunity, won 3 championships for San Beda. So let's see what will happen dito sa career ni Jason Celis, who, like Mikey mentioned, is number 2 right now sa scoring in the league. At grabe yung pabago-bago ng mga leaders natin sa scoring. Renz Abando, who just a couple of game days ago was number 1. Now he's number 3. Number 1, of course, si Antete Calma. Yanis ng baste. Biglang umarangkada eh. But this is the showdown we have for today.
Boy, clear out ng gulat. Number 1 in the league na. So Jason Celis, number 2. Only 0.4 points ang lamang niya. Kay number 3 scorer in the league, Renz Abando. Nilagay ko dito yung percentages nila. 42% for Renz Abando. Only 30 for Jason Celis. Also, yung 3-point field goal percentage nila. Pero sinama na rin natin yung assists. Kasi alam natin, itong dalawang ito, yung assignment nila o yung role nila sa teams nila is to really score the basketball. So it'll be a showdown who can score more, but more importantly, who can help their team get the victory here today.
Yep, this game was tailor-made for Mikey Reyes' brand of
Shoot
basketball.
first yung dalawang yan.
So yan ang aasahan natin dito sa bakbakan ng Letran at JRU sa aming pagbabalik dito lang po sa GTV.
How's the first day back for everybody?
It was great to see everyone. I think we were all happy to be back together.
We will never get lost because we have our parents.
Kumusta, Alexandra? Salamat at nakapunta ka rito.
Come with me for a tour of the world's biggest IKEA store.
Being a PWD kasi in the Philippines is quite difficult.
Yun yung engineer niyo. Babae pala.
Bakit nga ba tila nabura sa kasaysayan ang sistema ng pagsusulat na ito?
Are COVID-19 vaccines safe? What is climate change? Because information is crucial, we're giving you all the facts that you need.
Anong mga lugar sa Pilipinas ang COVID-free?
Introducing Need to Know, a weekly explainer series from GMA News and Public Affairs.
Here's what you need to know.
Here's what you need to know.
Here's what you need to know.
Watch Need to Know. Available on GMA News Facebook page and our YouTube channel.
Hi, surprise guest!
Long.
Surprise guest, ikaw ba ay into politics din? Isa ka bang artista, singer, vlogger? Surprise guest, ikaw ba ay...
At guard number 3, Fran Yu. At guard number 38, Brent Paraiso. At center number 9, Paulo Havillonar. At forward number 23, Alan Mina. At forward number 8,
You're taking a look at the starting unit for Coach Bonnie Tan's Letran Knights. Paulo Havillonar continues to start. Your guy, Mark Luis Sangalang, will be coming off the bench. Havillonar will be joined by Ambohot, Mina Paraiso, and Mr. Fantastic Fran Yu. Para naman sa panig ng Jose Rizal University, as we mentioned earlier, a team that is no longer in play-in and Final Four contention, but still dangerous with the firepower that they have, especially with this backcourt of De Los Santos and Celis.
Arguably one of the best backcourts in the league, JL De Los Santos and Jason Celis. They will be joined by RJ Arenal, Chester Junco, and Evan Agbong. And sabi nga natin, as we look at the referees, of course, Serapia, Jaramillo, and Samsani ang magiging officials natin for this game. And as we said earlier, Anton, quality na yung hahanapin mo yung JRU kasi ang pag-asa mo dito is, imagine that, you only have 2 wins, let's just say if they get this win right here. You have 2 wins, pero St. Benilde at saka Letran naman yun.
Now, I wanted to start off this coverage as we see the ball with De Los Santos. Most likely it's going to end up in the hands of Celis, but they went the other way to Junco underneath as Celis was popping out. You can see that JRU is a well-coached team. They run their plays. Their roles are defined. But it's just been tough because before the season, question mark na agad as to who would show up in a JRU Heavy Bombers uniform.
This is a rebuilding year or rebuilding season for JRU. So ang importante lang talaga dito is they continue the development of these kids because mga bata itong mga to eh. Ito yung mga, kaya pinili din ni Coach Hammer to in all honesty because kita niya yung potential ng team na to. So we know that they're gonna compete in years to come.
Jason Celis has the basketball. He's defended by Brent Paraiso. Now it is with JL De Los Santos. It seems like every year, JRU has that explosive backcourt tandem.
Oh, mga Pontejos, Chodoro, no? Ganon.
Kagoko Wilson.
Kagoko Wilson.
If you want to go back to those days.
Matute pa, no? Nate Matute.
They always have that...
Bakit, ipipik mo ba yung mga yan bukas? Ipipik mo ba bukas sa fantasy draft natin?
Tignan natin. I don't want to give away any clues right now, but itong si Allen Mina and Brent Paraiso, these are two guys, Mikey, that started off rocky but are starting to find their groove late para sa Letran.
And you gotta love the trust na binigay sa kanila ni Coach Bonnie Tan because yeah, you said they were struggling. They started the season as starters at hindi pinalitan ni Coach Bonnie Tan yung first 5 niya. Kaya slowly, nakuha na ni Allen Mina and ni Brent Paraiso yung rhythm nila.
You know, ang dami na natin nakausap na players from Letran. I don't know what other topics we can talk about with regards to this team, but maybe Chase Orozco has something for us. Go ahead, Chase.
Yes, Anton, going for their 7th win of the season. Straight to the point, ang preparasyon na ginawa ng Letran Knights according to Kurt Rayson. They are expecting na ipipressure sila ng JRU Heavy Bombers, yung mga guards daw ng Letran, dahil kilala ang JRU sa pagiging isang press team. Kaya naman pinagandaan ng Knights ang pag-break ng press ng JRU para maiwasan na makakuha sila ng puntos because the Heavy Bombers are getting a lot of points sa ganitong paraan. Para naman kay Allen Mina, meron din silang onting adjustment pagdating sa defense. Pero the game plan for today is almost the same dahil daw ang LPU Pirates, EAC Generals at JRU Heavy Bombers ay halos magkakamuka ang laro. Alam mo, Anton, maganda ang pinakita nitong si Allen Mina at Kurt Rayson during their last game. And did you know that both student athletes believe na ang isa sa best qualities that a great athlete must have is discipline. At dagdag pa ni Kurt, you need to be teachable lalo na kapag may advice ang coaches or teammates para constantly mag-improve as a player. Will we see these qualities from both Allen and Kurt in today's game? We have to wait and see. Anton?
I think yes, from Allen and Kurt. I'm not sure about Luis Sangalang. Hopefully we do, but yes, they need him as we see. Now speaking of discipline, he got off the ground on that fake by Gio Ambohot.
And I think nire-review ng referees natin if that was a play or not a play on the ball. Kita natin dun, he pulled Gio Ambohot back down and I guess that's the only way you're gonna stop Gio Ambohot this season who has been on a tear. Double-double yan, Matik. Salo sa lahat ng laro nila.
All right, now let's go to the other side and talk about the JRU Heavy Bombers with Aya de Quiros.
Will this be another underdog win from the Heavy Bombers? just like they did with the Blazers. Well, kung titignan natin ang stats ng larong ito, perimeter at fast break points ang naging lamang nila, kung kaya naman tuloy pa din daw sa game plan ang kanilang defensive offense at pag-contain ng lockdown defenders ng kabilang koponan. Speaking of defenders, ay nakita ko nga nakipagkawayan itong si former Letranite Jason Celis sa kanyang dating teammates bago ang laro. Well, no bad blood naman, pero kita sa kanyang ngiti na he won't be afraid to show who he's loyal to now. Let's see what kind of story unfolds today, gentlemen.
Itong si Jason Celis, tubong Bacolod, rookie year, season 94, he played in 17 games, did not start, average 4.4 minutes per game and 2.1 points per game. Get this, Mikey. He scored a total of 36 points during that season. Pero ngayon, 113 points na ang naitatala nitong si Jason Celis.
I think the key stat there is yung attempts na tinake niya nung season 94 compared to this season. And Jason Celis, alam naman natin yan, he felt like he would have a better opportunity or more minutes or more chances to show what he can do with the Bombers. And looking at it, parang hindi naman din siya nagkamali, even though medyo struggling sila as a team. Napapakita niya kung anong kaya niyang gawin.
Speaking of attempts, Mikey, despite that 4 minutes per game, ang dami pa rin tinira ni Jason. 7 out of 23 siya from beyond the arc. Imagine, you're only playing 4 minutes. You know, siguro he came in like, I don't know, garbage time or maybe last minute of the first half or whatever. 7 out of 23 from beyond the arc, 5 out of 12 from within the arc. So yung outside talaga yung bread and butter nitong si Celis.
Yan ang kagandahan dito kay Jason Celis, for lack of a better term. Talagang makapalang muka, and sometimes that's exactly what you need if you want to get better, especially here in the NCAA. Kasi bawal lang mahihain dito sa ligang to.
And look at the defense of Brent Paraiso. Markado na itong si Jason Celis. Everybody knows who he is now. The number 2 scorer dito sa season 97. And he has the basketball. There he is. Celis for 3, too strong. It's a rebound for the number 2 ranked player sa ating MVP race, Gio Ambohon. And the guy that we weren't really thinking about with regards to the MVP discussion. Paraiso. Iba na rin yung kumpiyansa nito humingi na ng screen itong si Paraiso. Avilanar, jump hook, short.
Great defense. Great defense there for the JRU Heavy Bombers, making it tough. At wala nangyari dun sa play dun ng Letran.
Celis was teammates with 3 Letran Knights who are part of this roster in season 97. Ambohot, Yu, and Fajarito. Fran Yu, intercepted by De Los Santos, and that's a kicking violation.
And that's what De Los Santos does for his team. Number 5 in steals at 1.43 right there, anticipating the forward pass by Fran Yu, taking that away and bringing the ball back to his team, and a chance for them to maybe finally break into the scoring column kasi napapagod na yung mga players nila sa bench. Nakatayo pa din.
Oo nga, that has been a practice of Coach Louis Gonzalez's squad. Hindi sila umuupo sa bleachers hanggat makakuha sila ng basket. Maybe they can get it right here. JL. Umapak sa baseline.
May nanonood ngayon, Anton.
Okay.
Magiging partner mo sana siya noong isang araw, kaya lang nagkasakit si Extra Rice. Kuya Bo Belga, natawa kasi tinawag ko daw na makapalang mukha ni Jason Celis. Di ba tama? I think he will partner up with you soon dito sa NCAA.
Pinaghahandaan ko na nga yung sarili ko kasi sabi ko masakit ata ka-partner si Big Bo Belga But of course, we enjoyed his debut with Kuya Andre Felix. A lot of insights from an NCAA legend from Philippine Christian University.
Sabi ko lang kay Andre, tsaka sasabihin ko ngayon, pag partner mo si Kuya Bo, medyo layo ka ng konti. Baka baka masiko ka ng hindi oras
That's what I was preparing for. That's what I was worried about. Samantala, may timeout po tayo. Letran leads JRU 4-0.
Mabilis magbago ang mundo at ang daming naiisip ng tao. Hatid ng Next Now ang latest sa science and technology, maging updated sa groundbreaking inventions.
Hello there.
At mga makabagong solusyon sa pang-araw-araw nating pamumuhay.
Actually creates a huge impact.
Tunghayan ang episodes online dahil sa GMA News and Public Affairs Digital. We show you what's next now. Mabilis magbago ang mundo at ang daming naiisip ng tao. Hatid ng Next Now ang latest sa science and technology, maging updated sa groundbreaking inventions.
Hello there.
At mga makabagong solusyon sa pang-araw-araw nating pamumuhay.
Actually creates a huge impact.
Tunghayan ang episodes online dahil sa GMA News and Public Affairs Digital. We show you what's next now.
All-time NCAA fantasy draft tomorrow. I'm guessing Mikey's not gonna pick anybody from the 30s or the 40s.
Hindi natin kaya yun. Hindi natin naabutan yun.
Kasi guys, ang NCAA since 1924 po. 1924. Pero ito ang current crop, one of the members of the current crop of superstars, the stabilizer, JL De Los Santos, and stabilizer because he does a lot of things for his squad.
And the most important thing for JL De Los Santos is being given 33.3 minutes per game. And because of that, alam mo that he is bound to produce, and Coach Louie giving him all the confidence that he needs. Itong si JL De Los Santos, 12 points per game, almost 7 rebounds, number 4 in assists, almost 4, and again number 6 in steals. 1.4 steals for JL De Los Santos.
And I'm pretty sure he's also one of the top players with regards to minutes, right?
Number 1. Number 1.
There you go. There you go.
Number 1 at 33.3 minutes per game.
My goodness.
7 minutes ka lang nagpapahinga every game.
My goodness. So imagine, you get a guy who plays that much and then before si Celis, 4 minutes lang. It's mind-blowing to me. When I was checking Celis' stats from season 94, grabe yung kumbaga, character development nitong batang to.
At the end of the day, I believe Robert Pollock will be the first to agree. Kahit gaano ka kagaling, kung hindi ka ginagamit, hindi mo mapapakita.
And now, Letran showing the respect that Celis deserves with that defense that Paraiso is applying on him.
Imagine mo yun, Anton, no? Maybe 3 years ago,
yeah.
Tama, di ba? 3 years ago, nasa Letran siya, bangko siya. So usually sa practice lang siya naglalaro.
Yeah.
Ngayon, season 97, siya yung number 1 sa game plan ng Letran sigurado. Jason Celis, we have to stop itong si Jason, in which a few years ago, di nila masyado nagagamit. But that's not a shot at Letran because ang talented lang talaga ng team ng Letran.
I mean, JP Calvo was balling that season. That was his last year with Bong Quinto eh. So silang dalawa talaga yung bumida sa Letran during that year. Samantala, Arenal,
bumalik pa si Tommy Olivario.
Tama.
Si Tommy Olivario.
Mas naging crowded pa lalo yung point guard spot.
Kurt Rayson as well, who is also one of the backup point guards for Letran. Just a lot of talented players from Letran. So it's a good move for Jason Celis and also yung ibang mga, alam mo yun, yung mga blue-collar workers ng JRU, sobrang dami.
And as we go along, as nakakausap na natin yung mga players, minsan nagugulat tayo na, oh, may 2 years ka pa dito sa NCAA. Diba? So a lot of time to develop. Like, nagulat ako, you and Martin, as we see this JL De Los Santos fast break opportunity. Ang Bohot will attack. Ang Bohot, mabibitawan yung bola. Franyu on the other side, blocked by De Los Santos. Javillonar puts it up and in.
Just the energy and activity of Paulo Javillonar, cleaning up the glass and finishing the play. Up 6 na dito ang Letran at hindi pa nakakabutas ang JRU.
Celis with Paraiso on him. The switch comes. Franyu is now on Celis. Bounce pass inside. Another pass. And finally, the Heavy Bombers on the bleachers can sit down.
Oh, I can't think of a better way to score your first basket. Talking about JRU. 4 guys touching the basketball there. Konting dribble lang at nakakuha sila ng 2 puntos.
The former teammates, Franyu and Celis, matched up. Mina, binigay dito kay Paraiso. Paraiso, aatake. Paraiso, sumiksik sa depensa. Unable to put it down, and that's a foul on Allen Mina.
Stopping The fast break opportunity there, the transition opportunity for JRU. Great defense on the drive. Itong si Brent Paraiso. There's a low scoring affair, Anton. 6-2. Less than 4 minutes na lang.
I'm shocked Renz is not yet in this game. And Mark Louis Sangalang, parang naiinip na si Renz. Oh. Nagsa-stretching na sa bleachers.
Number 1 in bench points ang Letran. Talked about Renz. Ayan na. Natawag ni Coach Bonnie. Ayan na si Renz. So Renz hopped off of the bench.
Naiinip siya eh. But you know what? It seems like every winning season of the Knights, there is a great player who comes off the bench. Like season 91, it was Mark Cruz. And then season 95, it was Fran Yu. Now it's Renz Abando coming off the bench. And oh boy, what a luxury it is to have a guy like that come off the bench.
And the minutes are really scattered amongst all the players in the top 10 in minutes sa liga natin. Walang kahit isang Letran Knight. So talagang iniikot ni Coach Bonnie getting ready for the, you know, the more important games, especially next week, makakalaban nila yung arch rivals nila.
And that will be a fired-up arch-rival squad. A fired-up San Beda Red Lions
Kaya
squad.
lang may St. Benil pa si San Beda.
Ooh, and St. Benil just won.
Oo. So mainit-init din yung St. Benil versus San Beda.
I am running out of words to describe those simple but spectacular moves nitong si Renz Abando.
It's funny because of all the Renz Abando highlights that have gone viral this season, siguro 95% ikaw yung nagsasalita.
pero yung pinaka nag-viral, yung in-IG story mo.
Yung 360 dunk ni Renz Abando.
Which, by the way, Mikey told him to cut in line so he could do.
Buti na lang pala kung hindi nag-viral yun. Ito muna yung kay Fran Yu. Oh, medyo nahuli siya doon.
Gulang move.
Galing kay Fran Yu.
On his former teammate, Jason Celis. We'll take a break. Lamang pa rin ang Letran kontra sa JRU. 8-2.
Life hasn't been easy lately, so we're here to make your day, featuring amazing, funny, and heartwarming stories to bring you something bright and sweet and get you dancing through tough times. Life hasn't been easy lately, so we're here to make your day, featuring amazing, funny, and heartwarming stories to bring you something bright and sweet and get you dancing through tough times. Simple joys that remind us of the many reasons we can still smile. Cleanse your timeline with Make Your Day. Join us on YouTube and Facebook and share your stories too. Let's spread more awesome, wholesome content out there. Make your day! Life hasn't been easy lately, so we're here to make your day, featuring amazing, funny, and heartwarming stories to bring you something bright and sweet and get you dancing through tough times. Simple joys that remind us of the many reasons we can still smile. Cleanse your timeline with Make Your Day. Join us on YouTube and Facebook and share your...
Sa kanina, Anjo Damiles, our Kapuso actor, will perform at the half dito sa St. Benil Gym. O kanina, binati ni Mikey Reyes si Big Bo Belgas. We see this spin move by Brent Paraiso, baseline lay-in. And then we have Ambohot giving it to Paraiso. Another angle. Thank you, Direk Elmond Salvahan. Happy birthday nga pala kay Roy Tulio, our segment producer, and Jen Academia, our writer. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you guys. And ito, si Brent Paraiso, mukhang nahanap na nga niya. Finding his range in their last few games. 11.3 points per game. Itong si Brent Paraiso. And it's funny when I was reviewing the stats, 0% he did not make one three-pointer in their first 3 games. At ngayon, since then, almost 50% from deep itong si Brent Paraiso.
Mahirap kalaban yung mga ganyan na you know when we know what Paraiso is capable of doing. We know he's a 3-and-D type of guy as well as Alan Mina. They were quiet. They were struggling, a little bit rusty in the first couple of games, but now they're clicking, and we knew it was only a matter of time.
Oh, and talking about Brent Paraiso, he's been a journeyman sa college career niya. This is his 3rd college already. But when you talk about Brent Paraiso, sino bang nagbigay ng kumpiyansa kay Brent Paraiso? Former Letran Knight head coach, champion coach, Coach Aldin Ayo. So alam mo na binigyan niya ng kumpiyansa itong si Brent Paraiso. And he was ready to go out or to go off here in the NCAA. And slowly, nahanap na niya yung sarili niya.
Speaking of nahanap ang sarili, De Los Santos and Celis have to find themselves in this game because JRU has only scored 1 basket. And it's not them. Oh, Celis is going to come out now. But, you know, this is the #1 defense in the NCAA. And we can see that Paraiso and Mina have locked down on Celis and De Los Santos.
They know. They know. They prepared kung sino ang babantayan nila. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, pero magandang practice yung nakalaban nila last game, yung Ralph Robin. Kasi ganun na ganun din yung laro ni Ralph Robin. Very score-first guard, the same as Jason Celis. So ngayon, more or less ready sila for Jason.
Ralph Robin, one of the players that you drafted, and rightfully so. Because at that point, his name shot up the list.
Oh,
he was #3 at the time that you drafted him, right?
And he still has the record for this season, at least, of the most points scored by a single player, 27 points.
And had that next man up mentality when King Gurtiza went down, stepped into the role of Batman for the EAC Generals.
And honestly, Anton, when King Gurtiza, you know, got injured, medyo hindi natin na consider yung EAC na ito lumalaban sila for a play-in spot. Talking about EAC.
That's right, that's right. And that's one of the incentives dito sa ating shortened but intense NCAA season 97 as we see this drive by Bongay. Farito comes up with a board.
Still can't find really a rhythm itong JRU Heavy Bombers. 2 puntos pa lang ang nasuscore nila dito.
Olivario, binigay dito kay Abando. Rising up for that jumper, and that's a foul on Makatangay.
How do you stop, or how do you even challenge a jump shot like that by Renz Abando? Walang dribble, off a curl, yung buwelo niya buo, tas wala, you really can't do anything about it pag umere na ng ganun itong si Abando.
I want to call Coach Jericho Deniera to answer that.
Paano ba?
The defense minister. Those are the type of questions that the defense minister should be available to answer.
Baka yung sabihin niya, hindi pwede sabihin sa broadcast. Wala ka ng ibang way ma-stop itong si Renz Abando sa mga ganong talon.
Speaking of legends, si Renz Abando, and this has been reported by some of our courtside reporters, he credits a lot to his high school coach, former Letran Knight Chris Calagio, who, by the way, is also a former NCAA MVP as we see this jumper right here from Aguilar.
Good shot there, galing kay Aguilar. Second bucket ng JRU, pero oo, si Chris Calagio nga daw yung nag-alaga sa kanya when he was growing up. Siya din yung alam mo ba, Letran naman talaga pupunta si Renz from the start, di ba? When I got to talk to Renz during the pandemic, ito talaga yung una niyang pupuntahan. It's funny, that story is still funny to me because sumakay na siya ng bus, biglang iba daw yung pinuntahan ng van na sinakyan niya, napunta sa ibang lugar, kaya nagulat siya. But yeah, Chris Calagio, one of the best wingmen in all of Philippine basketball. Mentoring Renz Abando.
Renz Abando, high school in Bactad East High School in Urdaneta, Pampanga, as we see this block by him. Pero tubong laon yon si Renz, and before going to UST, he was at Philippine School of Science and Technology sa Pangasinan.
If I'm not mistaken, if I can remember our conversation correctly, he was on his way to Arellano.
Wow.
Like, literally, that was the first time I heard it from him. If I'm not mistaken, he was on his way to Arellano. Biglang lumiko ng Espanya daw yung van. Kaya nagulat siya. But because we all know that former champion coach, Coach Aldin Ayo, was already, coaching in Espanya. Kasi if I'm not mistaken, magkakilala din Coach Aldin and Coach
Yes,
Chris,
they were teammates. They were teammates. They were teammates in the back-to-back championships in 1998 and 1999.
So bata ni Coach Chris Colegio. Kumbaga bibigay niya sa former teammate niya Coach Aldin napuntang Espanya si Renz. Pero ito homecoming niya. Well, of sorts, dito talaga yung naging target ni Renz Abando.
Now, we talked to Fran Yu after Letran's win and may Dennis Rodman-like rebound itong si Sang. Sa practice daw, lagi daw ginagawa ni Louis Sangga lang yun eh, yung mga rebound niya. I mean, look at him, parang nakatawa while shooting that free throw. He's a menace.
And he knows his role. As in, nag-e-enjoy siya kahit di siya pinapasahan, rebound lang siya. And if I'm not mistaken, ikaw rin nag-cover, inagawan pa siya ni Renz Abando ng rebound, natawa siya.
Okay, I did not catch that, yung natawa siya. And Renz Abando sumabit up as Makatangay went up for that shot. Pero grabe no, yung kwento ng mga players natin dito sa NCAA. You would have never thought, like, when he was in Espanya, that he would end up back at his original destination sa Intramuros.
Doon din pala uuwi itong si Renz Abando. Following the footsteps again of his mentor, Coach Chris Colegio.
Parang destiny yung nangyari dito kay Abando as we see this free throw by Makatangay. Now the question is, and I mentioned it earlier, like a lot of these players, since 2 taon yung nakalipas mula nung season 95, will these players still play out their years of eligibility? Like I was talking about how you and Martin interviewed James Kwekute, and he said he had two more years. He had 2 more. Warren Bonifacio just told me he has 1 more year. So like, what about Renz Abando? Let's say they win a championship. Let's say he goes rookie MVP. Will he still play? You know, a lot of questions still remains.
And when you talk to like sila Big Bo Belga, those guys who are in the pros, it's all about timing and joining the draft because you want to join kung kailan pinakamaingay yung pangalan mo. So, if he wins rookie MVP, talaga mapapaisip itong si Renz Abando.
Gonzalez on the drive. Abando comes up with the interception. Rayson has time. And Rayson almost got it to fall. A defensive encounter sa pagitan ng Letran at JRU took almost 5 minutes bago nakapuntos. Itong kupunan ni Coach Louis Gonzalez. As we see some of their interior passing, Celis has not scored for this squad as he is playing against his former squad, the Letran Knights, who are up right now 12-6 at the end of 1.
Hi, surprise guest!
Long.
Surprise guest, ikaw ba ay into politics din? Isa ka bang artista, singer, vlogger? Surprise guest, ikaw ba ay isang artista?
Pwede.
Politiko?
No.
Athlete?
Yes!
Surprise guest, is that you, Kylene?
Yes
Wow, tumama ako, yay!
Bye.
Igal, grabe ka!
Congratulations on your new program.
Ate V! Hi, surprise guest!
Long.
Surprise guest, ikaw ba ay into politics din? Isa ka bang artista, singer, vlogger? Surprise guest, ikaw ba ay...
And, of course, my high school basketball coach, who's the Mancom president right now from the College of St. Benilde, Coach Dax Castellano, and of course, Father Vic Calvo, former Mancom chairman from Colegio de San Juan de Letran. He was the one who turned over the hosting duties to Coach Dax Castellano.
Father, the happiest of the group sa Mancom. 6-0.
I'm gonna miss this venue though.
Oh my, kasi next week, ano daw eh. Tinanong na nga ako ni Fran, minessage niya ako nung kahapon ata. Excited na daw siya maglaro in front of a crowd.
And then it's a first Beda Letran since Game 3 of the finals in Season 95. Should be one hell of an affair. Samantala, JRU crashing the boards as Aguilar tips that one in.
That's what they need. Talking about JRU, just keep on competing even if you're down. Apat na lang actually ang lamang dito ng Letran because of that putback.
Rayson titira mula sa labas. Too strong. Rebound Aguado.
And JRU looking to further cut into this deficit without De Los Santos and Celes on the floor.
Gonzalez. Aguado, bothered. Junicio from the free throw line. And JRU just out hustling Letran on the boards. Yun nga lang, di sila makashoot. Rayson, binigay kay Abando. Abando hangs. Gets hit and will head to the line for 2.
Alam ko magiging highlight na naman ni Renz Abando. And running the floor is Renz Abando. And just an athletic, for lack of a better term, talagang freak athlete. Freak athlete is Renz Abando. He can run, he can jump, he can shoot.
He can block.
He can block. Grabe yung supalpal niya nung EAC kalaban.
Grabe, that was the block of the season and our #1 play. That was like a LeBron James block on
Scola.
On Thiago's
Splitter.
Splitter. Alright, balikan muna natin si Chase Orozco.
Anton, lahat ng bagay may hangganan. Isa ito sa mga sinabi sa akin ng power forward na si Christian Fajarito na inaantay pa rin nating umariba ngayong season. Habang may pagkakataon, kailangan ipagpatuloy ang nasimulan at kahit maraming pagsubok na dumaan. He still wants to improve himself at makabalik sa kondisyon para daw makatulong siya sa team bago matapos ang kanyang last season at kung papala rin, makapunta sa Pro League. Alam mo, Anton, nagkaroon ako ng chance na ma-interview ang ina ni Christian nung season 94 at meron kaming photo sa Facebook kung saan nireplyan nito ni Christian at sinabing namimiss niya ang kanyang mama na isa sa mga inspirasyon niya maglaro. Pinangako raw niya sa kanyang ina na bibigyan niya ito ng maayos na bahay at buhay na masaya at kompleto sila lahat. Kaso daw wala na ang kanyang mama at magwa 1-year death anniversary ito ngayong buwan. Ganun pa man, lagi daw nasa isip at puso ni Christian ang kanyang mama, lalo na pag nagwa-warm up dahil suot niya ang kwintas na may ashes ng kanyang ina. Anton?
Thank you, Chase. That was a heartwarming report and story about Christian, and yeah, we feel for him. But everything he does, you know, he has his mother with him. And what a journey for Christian. Una nating nakita to sa College of St. Benilde, and I'm actually surprised that he has one more year of eligibility dito sa NCAA.
Yan yung mga nagulat ka nung first game. Dito pa pala to.
At may isang taon pa. Ambohot.
Kurt Rayson called for the offensive foul. Pero ni RT na hinila daw siya. Makikita natin dito. Oo nga. He has a point. But the call was made and the ball will go back to JRU. I mean, if you're JRU, honestly, even though you've only scored 8 points in around 12 minutes of action, the bright side is you've contained Letran to 15 points at nasa 7:54 mark na tayo ng second quarter.
At hindi pa pumuputok yung Celis at yung De Los Santos.
Oh, hindi pa nakakashoot si Jason Celis. Number 2 scorer in the league. Renz Abando naman, 4 points. Number 3 scorer. Ang bilis nung Letran to, no? May laptop na, may replay sila to, no? Ang galing, oh.
No way!
Pinakita pa sa referee, ang galing, eh. May replay agad. Pinapanood pala tayo nung ano dun, eh. Parang statistician nila dun.
Laptop on the bench.
Pinakita agad yung replay sa referee, ang galing. The power of technology.
Talagang itong Letran pulling out all the stops.
Details.
Alright, let's go back to Aya de Quiros.
Bago pa man magsimula ang laro, no, aminado talaga tong JRU sa problema nila when it comes to communication at pati na rin sa paghihiwalay nila sa sistema. At muling ito ang nagiging problema nila, no? As we've also heard from the huddle, nasabi ni Head Coach Luis Gonzalez kanina, magtulungan tayo, ibigay nyo ang best nyo, meaning hindi ikaw, kundi tayo. Sang-ayon din kasi ang iba sa kakulangan to read between the plays, ika nga, at panindigan ng mindset na lang walang bibitiw o kakawala. Lalabas kaya ito sa kwarto nito ating abangan na Anton.
Well, Aya, kakailanganin. Dahil kung sasalpak ng ganon si Christian Fajarito, they have to find some way to match that. Agbong, baseline jumper. So the other guys, aside from the explosive backcourt, sila ang gumagawa para sa JRU.
And this is only a 6-point lead for the Letran Knights. Great defense na naman doon si Arenal.
Agbong. Now, this is one of the big guys who love to attack. Si Agbong.
Nagbababa pa ng bola eh.
Aguado, too strong. Arenal. He wants this matchup against Fajarito. Jonicio. Nakalusot na, di lang naipasok yung tira.
Offensive rebound after offensive rebound and 3 points ang nakuha doon because of the activity of Arenal down low.
The Heavy Bombers just quicker to the basketball as compared to the Knights. Olivario runner, Ambohot offensive rebound. That's a man's rebound and put back para kay Gio Ambohot.
And just as we said, ang ganda ng rebound din ng JRU, pinakitaan tayo doon ni Gio Ambohot. Pinawi agad, 2 points para kay Gio.
MVP contender along with his teammate Renza Bando, the captain of the Knights, Gio Ambohot. Aguado. And again, almost an offensive rebound for JRU. Olivario, and that's traveling on him.
That's great defense for Jason Celes as he picks up his former teammate. Tommy Olivario natawagan ng offensive foul doon. 5 na lang ang lamang dito ng Letran. Timeout muna.
How's the first day back for everybody?
It was great to see everyone. I think we were all happy to be back together.
We will never get lost because we have our parents.
Kumusta, Alexandra? Salamat at nakapunta ka rito.
Come with me for a tour of the world's biggest IKEA store.
Being a PWD kasi in the Philippines is quite difficult.
Yun yung engineer nyo. Babae pala.
Bakit nga ba tila nabura sa kasaysayan ang sistema ng pagsusulat na ito?
Are COVID-19 vaccines safe? What is climate change? Because information is crucial, we're giving you all the facts that you need.
Anjo Damiles, kapuso actor na napapanood natin sa First Lady. Ayan, si Jasper, asawa ni Jem Rose na kapatid ni First Lady Yaya Melody, ngayon Mommy Melody na. Si Mikey di makareact eh. Di yata nanonood ng First Lady to eh.
Pasensya na.
Iba ata pinapanood ito eh.
Ito ang mga napapanood ko eh. Yung blue collar bombers natin, Agbong, Jonicio, Bongay, Arenal, and Junco. Kita mo naman talaga, tulong-tulong yan. Ito yung kumbaga, sila yung mga bouncer ni JL De Los Santos tsaka ni Jason Celis. Kayo nang bahala sa scoring. Kami nang bahala sa dirty work. Ang blue-collar bombers ng JRU. Di ba? Na-segue ko na pala yun kasi ulit tayo basketball.
Samantala, De Los Santos, binigay dito kay Agbong. Ito, bouncer na bouncer ang dating nito. Agbong susugod. Bagsak ang depensa.
And JRU just goes hard. Kaya I'm not surprised with Coach Hammer really ito yung favorite team niya because that's what Coach Hammer loves. Itong mga ganitong go hard,
pisikalan.
Pisikalan. That's why JRU, man, their record doesn't do justice kung ano kaya nilang gawin. We saw that nung kalaban nila yung St. Benilde when the stars aligned. Ang ganda ng nilaro nila. Sumakto pa na medyo minalas yung St. Benilde doon. They got a big win in that upset. So, in years to come, talagang aabangan itong JRU. Especially na wala na tayong foreign athlete dito sa NCAA.
And can you imagine like this backcourt of Celis and De Los Santos? These two guys have
3 years
at least
together
2, I
pa,
guess.
no?
Kasi this is just the second year of Celis. This is the third of De Los Santos. So, yeah, 2. At least 2.
Tsaka parang walang clear-cut best backcourt in the league today, no? I mean, we can say Franyo is the best point guard, but best backcourt, 1-2, baka nga sila na eh. No?
Numbers-wise, yes.
Low-key sila, no?
Numbers, if we're just gonna look at a fantasy perspective, yes, they are the best backcourt in the NCAA.
I mean, not counting the wins,
Oo.
pero best backcourt. Kumbaga, the most production from any backcourt in the league collectively.
That's a good point.
Oh, sila. Iniisip ko sino yung mga backcourt ng...
It could have been San Beda if Hammer was spot on the MVP pick. Although Penuela was okay today, right?
You know what? Ito nga yung sinasabi. As we look at the replay here, tingnan natin kung nire-review yung referee dito. Actually, sinasabi ko to lagi, Anton.
Okay.
Yung laro ng JRU, they're really rebuilding and developing as a team. The same as Penuela as an individual. The only reason kaya napapansin sila is because medyo pinredict kasi ni Coach Hammer na mag-champion eh. But, kaya na mas napapansin. But the development, yun ang importante. Even for Ralph Penuela, he hasn't really had a big role here in the NCAA until this season.
Oh, by the way, because of your commentary kayo ni Martin, that's gonna be part of the top 10. Alam mo, nakakatulong yung mga pang-hype na ganyan eh.
Importante yan.
Penuela had 13 points earlier today as we see the laptop.
The laptop. Ano pala, Coach Pido Harencio's son. The one holding the laptop. So, man, that's a lot of coaching. Kumbaga, he grew up in coaching, obviously.
And Coach Pido was there in the finals.
Oh, yeah. Part of the Super Friends.
Yeah. Season 95 finals.
Part of the Super Friends. And I won't be surprised if the Super Friends show up. Because Coach Alfrancis Chua just, won the championship yesterday. So, baka magka-Super Friends, appearance ulit.
Lalo na, magbubukas na yung NC sa 29. So guys, we're putting it out there. On April 29, magbabalik na po ang NCAA.
And Letran San Beda pa yun.
Yes.
The first Letran San Beda since nagpakita yung Super Friends. Pero itong magkaibigan na to, talagang nagtutulungan, backing up. Fran Yu, look at those minutes pa lang. Double-digit minutes for both of them. They put out assists. They give you points. Number 5 in assists, actually, si Tommy Olivario. Pero yun nga, hindi malabo na magpakita ulit yung Super Friends dito sa Letran. That's Coach Pido, Coach
Boss Eric Arejola.
Boss Eric, oo, tama. Coach Alfrancis Chua.
Coach Jeff Napa was there also, right?
Pero busy si Coach Jeff ngayon, of course. So, hindi malabo. We'll see, especially when doors open again for fans.
So, ayan po, Phil Oil Flying V Center, April 29, mga kapuso.
Yun talaga ang homecoming ng NCAA. Yun talaga ang home court natin.
The real home court. Pero mamimiss ko pa rin itong LSGH mo. Ito yung home court mo no high school.
Iba na dito. Alam mo na kung saan ka pupunta eh. Nung una, naliligaw pa lahat daw eh. Si Andre daw, nakailang ikot sa campus eh. Laki-laki nung gym kung saan ka umiikot.
Umiikot, naka-blazer pa.
Naka-blazer pa. Pawis na pawis sa first game eh. Swerte nga siya, inabot niya, may aircon eh. First few games dito, walang aircon eh.
Yeah, but really, props to Sir Dax Castellano and the entire Mancom, Sir Ollie, Ms. Marvs, everybody from GMA, and of course, the government agencies that were working to make this happen from Ched, Sir Popoy, and we're just so happy that college basketball is back. Paraiso is back with another one.
Big shot for Brent Paraiso as Letran was looking for someone who will take that shot and maybe add on to this lead. Brent Paraiso answers the call.
Inside pass. And Marwin Jonicio, nobody was there to track this guy.
Miscommunication there between Paraiso and Ampohot on that up screen. Open na open sa ilalim si Jonicio.
Havillonar. Pinasa dito kay Fran Yu. Oh!
Miscommunication din doon between Franyo and Brent Paraiso. And double whammy here. Natawagan ng foul si JL De Los Santos. Natawagan pa ng technical. Yung bench ng JRU for their reaction to the call. Nagtatanong sila kung bakit wala daw warning muna. Coach Eric De La Cuesta.
Okay, let's take a look.
I don't know if he was pulled kasi parang papunta rin talaga dun si Brent Paraiso. They got away with that one.
Oh, there was no locking of arms based on that replay. Malinaw yon.
And I think yung nirereklamo ng JRU bench din dun was medyo late call yung natawag dun. But nonetheless, 2 free throws. Yeah, 2 free throws for Brent Paraiso for the technical foul, and ball possession will stay with the Knights.
So Brent Paraiso with that free throw leads Letran in scoring with 6. And Fran Yu is still in cruise control.
Relax lang si Fran Yu. Sabi mo nga, first time tayo nakakita sa script ng first 37 minutes and last 3 minutes. Ganon si Fran Yu. Nag-iintay lang talaga siya. Minessage pa niya ako, ba't ka umuwi agad?
Oo nga pala, no?
Umuwi ka kagad.
So Mikey Reyes here, ladies and gentlemen, was sitting down under the court. I actually did not see you. So you were there pala watching, but then you left.
Start of the fourth.
Kasi
medyo tambak na nun eh.
Oo.
Tapos humabol pala yung EAC. 3 straight triples for Fran Yu.
Well, you still would have had to wait 7 minutes.
Oo, tagal-tagal pa yun. Umuwi, sabi pa niya, next time huwag ka muna uuwi. Huwag ka umuwi hanggang matapos. Yun pala kasi maglalaro si Fran Yu sa dulo pa eh.
Okay, so yan din yung mensahe na sasabihin namin sa inyo, lahat ng mga nanonood ngayon. Huwag muna kayo mag-tune out. Stay with us until the very end.
Doon palang papawisan si Fran Yu.
Okay, JRU is making things interesting here, staying within striking distance. Jonicio missing on that baseline J, at eto na po, si Fran Yu.
Oh, this is just a 6-point lead and we have 3:30 remaining before the half.
What a pass by Fran Yu to Havillonar.
Ganda nung find to ni Fran Yu. Mukhang narinig tayo, hindi na mag-iintay. Fran Yu taking it upon himself, attacking and dishing to his buddy Havillonar.
Bong on the drive, blocked by King Caralipio.
One of the most underrated players in the NCAA, King Caralipio.
Let's take a look at this pass. A thank you from Fran Yu to Pao Havillonar. Grabe yung tandem ni Havillonar at Sanggalang. Kung sinabi mo may mga bouncers yung JRU, si Havillonar at Sanggalang?
Oo, ganun na ganun din eh. Parang mga taga-protekta kay na Fran Yu eh.
Oh, Paraiso hustling for that rebound. Oh! But he stepped on the sideline. The one time that the Knights hustled for the rebound, tinurn over pa. And the Knights will head into this break, leading JRU 25-17.
How's the first day back for everybody?
It was great to see everyone. I think we were all happy to be back together.
We will never get lost because we have our parents.
Kumusta, Alexandra? Salamat at nakapunta ka rito.
Come with me for a tour of the world's biggest IKEA store.
Being a PWD kasi in the Philippines is quite difficult.
Ah, yun yung engineer niyo. Babae pala.
Bakit nga ba tila nabura sa kasaysayan ang sistema ng pagsusulat na ito?
Are COVID-19 vaccines safe? What is climate change? Because information is crucial, we're giving you all the facts that you need.
Anong mga lugar sa Pilipinas ang COVID-free?
Introducing Need to Know, a weekly explainer series from GMA News and Public Affairs.
Here's what you need to know.
Here's what you need to know.
Here's what you need to know.
Watch Need to Know.
Especially in terms of the rebounding department. And the one time that Paraiso hustles for a rebound, umapak pa sa linya. And that's why we saw a very serious Coach Bonitan in that huddle.
You don't want to play with fire, especially against a team that has nothing to lose moving forward in the last two games nila, talking about Jose Rizal University. That's why Coach Bonitan, I'm sure pinapaalala niya na hindi pwedeng we have to, kumbaga yung strong start na pinag-uusapan natin na meron yung Letran against EAC, complete opposite of what's happening here today.
Kasi lumalabas 2 straight games na silang playing dangerously in the end game eh. Against LPU, muntik na silang madali doon. Tapos yung EAC, if not for those 3 3-pointers by Fran Yu, I mean, if you look at the score 83-62, that does not tell the story of the game.
They were only up by 6 with 3:30 remaining. That's dun kumalagwa because of Fran Yu. But again, you don't want to play with fire. Kasi, alam mo, bound madisgrasya pag medyo pinapadikit mo yung kalaban. So, I'm sure Coach Bonitan paulit-ulit na pinapaalala dun sa kanya mga manlalaro.
And can you imagine if JRU comes within striking distance, tapos you have a Celis and a De Los Santos in the end game that you can go to na hindi pa gumagawa so far?
Oo, so law of averages, people. I mean, Jason Celis averaging 16.14 points per game, and you know he's not gonna stop shooting. So anytime, baka biglang uminit itong si Jason Celis.
Arenal, badly misfiring on that shot. Ambohot gobbles up another rebound. Fran Yu, stop and go. Lob pass para kay Ambohot. Sumastats itong si Gio Ambohot.
Mukhang gustong lamangan si Renz Abando sa MVP race eh.
Alam naman natin na parang ginto yung mga rebounds dito.
Ano yun? Malaki ang rebounds dito sa NCAA. Kaya si Justin Arana, 24 kahapon eh.
Seryoso?
24 rebounds, bro. 17 and 24.
My goodness. Fran Yu, pinasa kay Paraiso mula sa kanto. And Brent Paraiso from the Aris Di Maunahan sweet spot.
The confidence in Brent Paraiso. Sabi nga ni Coach Aris. Actually, naging coach ko si Coach Aris, sinabi rin niya sa akin yun. Pinakamalapit na 3 points yung corner. Kaya siguraduhin na dapat pasok lagi pag open door.
And Paraiso, what a role he's playing today guarding this guy, si Celis. At yun, tinawagan na ng foul itong si Paraiso as Celis drove hard to the basket.
So not only is he scoring, but he's also defending. Talking about Brent Paraiso. First year with Letran. First year in the NCAA at that.
You know, Hammer also, one of his points that I agree with, I don't agree with a lot. But one of the points that I agree with was that the missing link for JRU seems to be the former MVP, Darius Estrella.
That's very true. Because slowly, in past seasons, nakikita natin yung naaambag ni Darius Estrella. He was one of the top guys in the league actually, just last season in season 95, 2 years ago. And entering this season, especially with the exit of Amores, De La Rosa, may isip mo na siya yung aangat eh. So, Miranda. Pero this year, naging si Celis pa ang nagpapakita.
Si Miranda was their leading scorer. AJ Miranda, 12.8 points per game. Si Amores, who you mentioned, 9.2 points per game. So Those are big numbers gone on the part of the JRU Heavy Bombers, but Ambohot continues to pile up the numbers quietly but solidly para dito sa Letran.
And also quietly extending this lead to their biggest 14 points already ang kalamangan dito ng Letran.
Estrella, bitin.
Maubusan ka lang. Ito, the past few minutes, medyo hindi makahanap ng opensa itong JRU. Talagang iti-take advantage ng Letran. Kanina, parang 3 points lang yung lamang nila. Ngayon, 14 na.
Franyu against Jason Celis. Abando is back on the floor para sa mga Letranista. Paraiso, right between the eyes of Jonicio.
Batang true focus. Brent Paraiso from the right wing off the dribble. What a shot there for Brent Paraiso.
Estrella. Celis. Now it's time for him to turn on that green light, but he's swarmed by white shirts.
At kahit yung bench, dumidepense.
Celis throws it to the wrong man. You for 3. That would have been a buzzer beater para dito kay Franyu, and he will take another one. Hindi pa pinapawisan itong si Franyu. Chill mode. So, the JRU Heavy Bombers out hustling itong Letran on the rebounding department for majority of the first half, but these are the defending champion Letran Knights, and all it takes is a little push, a little momentum for them to create separation, and that is why they are on top 35 to 18 kontra sa JRU.
Official height, 6'7". May tira sa labas. Matibay sa loob. Matindi dumepensa. Halos lahat ng mga katangiang hinahanap ng mga basketball scouts sa isang collegiate basketball prospect ay mahanap sa team captain ng Letran Knights na si Gio Ambohot. Si Ambohot ay tubong New Bataan Davao de Oro at kasulukuyang naglalaro sa kanyang huling season sa NCAA. Pangarap ni Gio makapagbigay muli ng kampyonato sa Letran bago siya umangat sa next level. Noong April 8, nagkaharap ang dalawang unbeaten teams na Mapua at Letran sa Battle of Intramuros. Umpisa pa lang, nagkainitan na ang dalawang kupunan. Tinawagan ng disqualifying foul si Luis Sangalang. Pero hindi nagpatinag ang Knights. Tinuloy nila ang laban at sa pangunguna ni Ambohot, nagtagumpay ang mga Letranista 80-60. Pagkatapos ng Holy Week break, sumabak agad sa aksyon ang Knights kontra sa isa pa nilang kapitbahay sa Intramuros, ang LPU Pirates. At dahil hindi pa makalaro si Sangalang, dumoble kayod si Ambohot at nakapagtala muli ng isang double-double, 13 points at 13 rebounds na may kasama pang 5 blocks. Dahil dito at sa endgame heroics nila Renza Bando, Fran Yu at Brent Paraiso, nanalo muli ang Letran 80-77 at naprotektahan ang kanilang malinis na kartada. 5-0 na ang defending champion Letran Knights at malaking bagay dito ang mga kontribusyon ng kanilang kapitan na nag-average ng 10.8 points, 10.6 rebounds, 1.4 assists at 1.6 blocks kada laro. Solid, hinog na at ready for the pros. Yan si Gio Ambohot ng Letran Knights, ang ating NCAA Power Player of the Week. Official height, 6'7". May tira sa labas. Matibay sa loob. Matindi dumepensa. Halos lahat ng mga katangiang hinahanap ng mga basketball scouts sa isang collegiate basketball prospect ay mahanap sa team captain ng Letran Knights na si Gio Ambohot. Si Ambohot ay tubong New Bataan Davao de Oro at kasulukuyang naglalaro sa kanyang huling season sa NCAA. Pangarap ni Gio makapagbigay muli ng kampyonato sa Letran bago siya umangat sa next level. Noong April 8, nagkaharap ang dalawang unbeaten teams na Mapua at Letran sa Battle of Intramuros. Umpisa pa lang, nagkainitan na ang dalawang kupunan. Tinawagan ng disqualifying foul si Louis Sanggalang. Pero hindi nagpatinag ang Knights. Tinuloy nila ang laban at sa pangunguna ni Ambohot, nagtagumpay ang mga Letranista 80-60. Pagkatapos ng Holy Week break, sumabak agad sa aksyon ang Knights kontra sa isa pa nilang kapitbahay sa Intramuros, ang LPU Pirates. At dahil hindi pa makalaro si Sanggalang, dumoble kayod si Ambohot at nakapagtala muli ng isang double-double, 13 points at 13 rebounds na may kasama pang 5 blocks. Dahil dito at sa endgame heroics nila Renza Bando, Fran Yu at Brent Paraiso, nanalo muli ang Letran 80-77 at naprotektahan ang kanilang malinis na kartada. 5-0 na ang defending champion Letran Knights at malaking bagay dito ang mga kontribusyon ng kanilang kapitan na nag-average ng 10.8 points, 10.6 rebounds, 1.4 assists at 1.6 blocks kada laro. Solid, hinog na at ready for the pros. Yan si Gio Ambohot ng Letran Knights, ang ating NCAA Power Player of the Week. Official height, 6'7". May tira sa labas, matibay sa loob. Matindi dumepensa. Halos lahat ng mga katangiang hinahanap ng mga basketball scouts sa isang collegiate basketball prospect ay mahanap sa team captain ng Letran Knights na si Gio Ambohot. Si Ambohot ay tubong New Bataan Davao de Oro at kasulukuyang naglalaro sa kanyang huling season sa NCAA. Pangarap ni Gio makapagbigay muli ng kampyonato sa Letran bago siya umangat sa next level. Noong April 8, nagkaharap ang dalawang unbeaten teams na Mapua at Letran sa Battle of Intramuros. Umpisa pa lang, nagkainitan na ang dalawang kupunan. Tinawagan ng disqualifying foul si Louis Sanggalang. Pero hindi nagpatinag ang Knights.
Alright, let's take a look at some of the highlights of our first half dito sa laban ng Letran at JRU. We've been talking about the hustle points mula sa mga heavy bombers, but the Knights just have too many weapons at their disposal, kaya naman they're up 35-18.
And in those last few minutes of the second quarter, dun umalagwa itong Letran Knights, making hustle plays, finding ways to score, and more importantly, containing Jason Celes, who hasn't scored a basket. Not even 1 point. Hindi siya nag-free throw itong si Jason Celes, who is the number 2 scorer in the league, and that is the great defense na nilagay dito ng Letran kontra sa kanya.
And all this happening despite Fran Yu still choosing to go cruise control for majority of the games. But this guy, Brent Paraiso, has picked up the slack. Ganado as of late itong si Brent as we take a look at some of the important numbers of the first half.
I mean, you first of all, you score 46% from the field, but to contain your opponents to 17.6%, it shows that Letran has played both ends of the floor, at least in the first half. Although, sabi mo nga, out-hustling and out-rebounding itong JRU kontra Letran. 15 offensive rebounds for JRU. So that's something Coach Bonitan will for sure remind his players. Also, points off turnovers. JRU, they need to. If you cannot take care of the basketball, because at some point talaga mag-error ka, you have to run down on defense and stop the offensive onslaught nitong Letran Knights. 13 points off turnovers as to none for the JRU Heavy Bombers. At eto, lagi natin pinag-uusapan yung bench ng Letran. Pero here today, 26 points yung starters led by Brent Paraiso.
But what about Renz Abando? You talked about how Letran is #1 pagdating sa bench scoring. Hindi pa ito yung tumitiin talaga si Renz Abando. And Sanggalang, he barely played in the first half too.
Yeah, Sanggalang, Abando, Caralipio, Rayson, Olivari, yan yung mga bench players na talagang that's why they're the bench mob of the Letran Knights. But, you know, if Brent Paraiso is playing this way, medyo makaka-cruise control din itong si Renz Abando.
Alright, Mikey. So, while we're here, pag-usapan na natin yung mga mangyayari bukas sa Game On. So, last week, mga kapuso, we did the fantasy draft for Season 97. Tomorrow, we're going to do the all-time. All-time, as in since 1924. Mikey shaking his head. I surmise that you're not gonna pick anybody
Nope.
from...
Ang earliest memory ko, Anton, sina Arjun Cordero, yan yung earliest memory ko, to be honest with you. So, I'm sure Coach Hammer will pick someone from the merong bonus si Coach Hammer. Hindi imposibleng wala.
For sure, for sure. Sometimes I don't know what year Coach Hammer was born at, but you know, this week I've been texting some people asking about some players who played in certain eras. So it's gonna be fun. So guys, stay tuned sa aming episode bukas, all-time fantasy draft ng NCAA sa Game On. All right, now we have picked out one particular play, and then we'll show that later. But let's take a look at the leading scorers. As Mikey mentioned, di pa gumagawa si Celis at De Los Santos.
All starters though, ang top 3 scorers ng Letran Paraiso with 12, Ambot 8, Habilionar chipping in 6. On the other side, noticeably absent is Jason Celis, #1, and JL De Los Santos, yung dalawang leading scorers ng JRU. Aguilar, Makatangay, and Aguado contributing though. Pero itong 4-3 and 3 off of puzzle points talaga ang na-score ng tatlong ito. That's why it's important that Jason Celis and JL De Los Santos come alive in the second half if JRU wants to make a game out of this.
I do want to stress that a big reason why Celis has not scored his usual numbers is because of Brent Paraiso. And Brent Paraiso doing it on both ends of the court. So earlier today, sa mga kakatutok lamang and who don't really know what happened in the first game, it's true, Mapua won against San Beda University. So, nagulat ako when Warren was, as we take a look at this, let's update this once again. Abando and Celis, not much happening yet in this showdown.
Yeah, both of them haven't really scored the basketball. May 1 point pala si Jason Celis from the free throw line. 5 points para kay Renz Abando, 1 of 1 from the field. And, well, hindi pa nila masyado kailangan, well, talking about Renz Abando, hindi pa niya kailangan masyadong gumawa, but Jason Celis is one guy who needs to go off in the second half.
Going back to what I was saying, yun nga, si Warren Bonifacio, kasi yung rules natin dito sa NCAA, if there's a deadlock, it's win over the other.
Yep.
So Warren was already thinking na, of obviously the routing na mananalo ang Letran kontra sa San Beda. So if ever the scenario comes na San Beda wins over CSB and then loses over Letran, Mapua pa yung magiging number 2.
And Mapua only has 1 game left. They're going up against LPU, is obviously one of the teams, one of the bottom teams. So if Mapua can take care of business there and San Beda loses 1 more game either against CSB or Letran, eh magna-number 2 pa nga si Warren Bonifacio and company. Kaya medyo magkakagulo pa tayo dito sa NCAA.
And by the way, Warren is also number 3 in the MVP race. Yeah.
So it's Renz, Jeyo, and Warren. Where is my guy?
Your guy?
Justin Arana. 24 rebounds.
He's probably 4th. He's probably 4th or 5th.
Yep.
Gumalaw ng konti. Alam natin.
Renz Abando is number 3 kasi in points, 16 points per game.
It's a very fluid list. So for sure, ma-update na naman 'yan later on as we see Sanggalang turn around off the glass. Sanggalang mukhang tinamaan dito. And when you know that Sanggalang is in pain,
alam mong totoo.
Alam mong totoo nasa pool.
Oo, Luis Sanggalang, one of the toughest guys in the NCAA. Kumbaga, buong season 95, binantayan niya si Larry Muyang sa practice eh. Talagang titibay ka.
Man, I can just imagine Larry Muyang in practice every day.
Against this guy, no? You gotta commend also yung kunyari si Louis Sanggalang, because if not for them, Larry Muyang wouldn't be ready to go up against Donald Tangqua, diba, the way he did. So in practice, malaking bagay yung mga ambag ni na Louis Sanggalang nung hindi pa sila masyado nagagamit.
You were talking about how this is a rebuilding year. And ito, napansin ko to every JRU game, there are a lot of players in civilian clothes, mga nakaporma sa bleachers. So may programa, alam mo itong kupunan ni Coach Louis Gonzalez.
I'll tell you one thing. You see, sana mapakita ni Direk mamaya, but you see the guy sa likod ng JRU bench, the one in tie-dye and pink joggers and a pink cap.
Yep.
Younger brother ni Rich Alvarez.
Ooh!
Yup, younger.
Wow.
Hopefully we can, show the people watching. Pero younger brother ni Rich Alvarez, So, merong dugo yan na magaling.
Rich Alvarez, former #1 pick in the professional ranks. Wow.
And also former college MVP.
Yeah.
So, tama ka doon. I mean, the rebuild continues. There he is. Younger brother of Rich Alvarez, Mikey Alvarez ang pangalan niya. So, there's a program there for Coach Louis. And actually, sayang nga kasi last season medyo maganda-ganda na Hindi lang natuloy yung core nila
Samantala, Mark Louis Sanggalang laying that basketball up. And then actually, Mikey, even when I was asking Sir Paul Supan about the lineup of JRU, he couldn't give me a direct answer kasi ang dami nilang players talaga
And with a team like this, when you're rebuilding, you lose guys like Tete Chodoro, Paulo Pontejos, diba? MJ De La Virgen, you lose guys like those. Kailangan mo talaga maghanap ng mga gems. So we'll see. Maybe, Jason Celis is a gem na hindi natin na kilala nga nung huli siya nagpakita sa NCAA. So moving forward, that JRU will field in different players at makakahanap tayo dyan ng susunod na mga magiging superstar ng JRU.
I'm excited for Mikey Alvarez.
Mikey Alvarez.
Because Rich Alvarez, I remember he was playing out of position, right, in college. More of like a 3, but was playing the 4. But because of that, nakatulong pa kasi dumami yung rebounds.
Totoo. Pang MVP numbers yun
Samantala, Fran Yu changed his mind and it was a good decision. Binigay dito kay Sanggalang.
Just does the right play. Fran Yu attacking. He thought about shooting the basketball, but he saw his best friend, Louis Sanggalang, down low, wide open for that bucket.
Update muna tayo mula sa panig ng Knights. Balikan natin si Chase Orozco.
Anton, now that we are on the second half of the game at lamang ang Letran Knights, simple lang ang sinabi ni Coach Bonitan. Stick with the game plan. Walang magre-relax, both offense and defense until the end of the game. Kanina nga sa courtside, napansin ko na medyo frustrated ang Knights at ang coaching staff sa mga calls, pero tuloy pa rin daw ang laban. Kitang-kita naman sa performance today ng Knights na same page sila with Coach Bonnie. Sabi nga ni Brent Paraiso, Coach Bonnie communicates with all his players and gives each and everyone the confidence to play the game. Anton?
And that is why it seems like hindi na uubusan ng mga materyales itong si Coach Bonitan. Again, 12 out of the 15 players experience playing with real licensed pros last December. So talagang that was the main reason why, aside from being defending champions, why for the first time in so many years, the Knights came into season 97 as the favorites to win the championship.
Oh yeah, I mean, winning 2 of the last 5 NCAA championships, entering those seasons, hindi naman inaasahan Like, even season 91 with Coach Alden Ayo was coaching, hindi natin pinansin pre-season yung Letran Knights. We didn't know what they could do, and then they went out on a big run. Itong huli din, San Beda swept the whole elimination round. So, man, coming into the season, like I said before the start, first time na hindi San Beda ang heavy favorites.
All right, now let's go back to the JRU side and hear from Aya de Quiros.
Frustrated head coach Luis Gonzalez tells his players, istorya ito ng disiplina. Ilang free throws ang binigay na natin. Again, play with confidence. Simula pala ng shot clock ay umatake na kagad. Tinawag na ng coaching staff na mag-lead si team captain JL de Los Santos ng separate huddle kung saan maluman na hinihingi ito ang kumpiyansa mag-step up ang kanyang mga teammates. So let's hope that the support system reminders will translate into JRU's performance in the second half. Balik sa inyo.
So 7 out of 15, yun ang free throws na binigay ng JRU sa Letran. 2 more on the way, but you can say na nakaswerte pa ang JRU dahil hindi maganda yung percentage na yun para sa mga Letranista. Yun nga lang, scoring is the problem of JRU.
Oh, you know that kumbaga their calling card, their brand of basketball is, yun nga, talagang energy, laban, physical, depensa. But at the end of the day, you need guys who can put the ball in the hole. And yes, you have a Jason Celis, a JL de Los Santos. But what if they're struggling? Dito, kahit cruise control si Franyu, merong Brent Paraiso, may Renz Abando off the bench. At ito, nakalusot dito si Gonzalez for that easy bucket.
Still a 22-point lead for the Knights who are hunting for their 7th win dito sa Season 97. Fran Yu. Uh-oh. Natamaan sa mukha si Fran Yu.
Pag-atake niya dun sa baseline.
Ito yung nakakatakot kay Fran eh. Bigla na lang siyang didiin eh.
Biglang ididiin siya. For a few possessions, bigla siyang didiin, bigla siya magiging agresibo. And, you know, for the people watching, always, nagtataka na kayo why we always talk about Fran. Because we know what he can do. And this is not something na nagre-relax siya. Hindi, binibigyan niya ng kumpiyansa yung ibang teammates niya as Allen Mina hits that jumper. Sabi nga niya dun sa isang interview na nakita ko na parang he's moving from a solid point guard to a leader dito sa Letran.
And then I remember interviewing him when he hit those threes. I was like, that's all part of the plan, right? And then he said no. Sabi niya hindi. The plan was to look for Sanggalang or somebody rolling down in the paint. It just so happened na he was open for 3. Kaya niya tinira just like he did right there.
Oh, kumbaga, he's just gonna make the right play.
Yun.
That's what he does.
Ang galing, ang galing. He's reading the game. Itong si Fran Yu. Samantala, Bongay knocks down a triple.
Signs of life for JRU, cuts this deficit down to 19. Pero dito, Jeo Ambohot, easy basket.
This guy, Jeo Ambohot, probably one of the most pro-ready players that we have here in the NCAA. Jeo Ambohot, and his team is on top, 48-27.
Mabilis magbago ang mundo at ang daming naiisip ng tao. Hatid ng Next Now ang latest sa science and technology, maging updated sa groundbreaking inventions.
Hello there.
At mga makabagong solusyon sa pang-araw-araw nating pamumuhay.
Actually creates a huge impact.
Tunghayan ang episodes online dahil sa GMA News and Public Affairs Digital. We show you what's next now. Mabilis magbago ang mundo at ang daming naiisip ng tao. Hatid ng Next Now ang latest sa science and technology, maging updated sa groundbreaking inventions.
Hello there.
At mga makabagong solusyon sa pang-araw-araw nating pamumuhay.
Actually creates a huge impact.
Tunghayan ang episodes online dahil sa GMA News and Public Affairs Digital. We show you what's next now.
Commissioner Bay Cristobal, a candidate for one of the coaches that we can draft tomorrow. Sa all-time draft. So that's one of the intriguing developments. Sino kaya ang itadraft namin ni Mikey Martin at Coach Hammer?
Coach Bay Cristobal, mga players niya, mga Kelmisa, Noy Javier, mga players ni Coach Bay nung nag-coach siya sa Perpetual. Well, those are the early 2000s.
Brother, I have good news for you. So I did say that the list for MVP is very fluid. At dahil sa ginawang 24
rebounds.
ni Justin Arana, guess what? He's number 1 right
Oh,
now.
nag-jump na siya.
I just
So he
received,
jumped?
I just saw the statistical list.
Kaya nga kahapon, nung umiyak after the game si Justin, kitang-kita mo, frustrated siya. Pero 17 and 24. And that's tough, as we see a foul here on Makatangay sa 2 free throws for Makatangay. Because with Justin Arana, may points yung wins eh.
Yes.
So obviously, they only have 2 wins this season. So talagang umalago siya sa stats for him to be number 1.
So kung nanonood man si Justin, huwag ka mawalan ng loob. Huwag ka na hindi natatapos ang season, di ba?
So dun sa predictions natin, number 1 pala yung parehong prediction ko. Letran and Justin Arana.
But again, guys, this is very fluid because a Letran win here after this.
Baka mag-iba na naman.
Compute na naman. Baka number 1 na naman si Renz o si Gio. Actually, baka si Gio pa nga dahil 5 points pa lang si Renz ngayon.
Tsaka yung rebounds ni Gio eh.
Grabe, Gio's got 12 now.
12 rebounds. Hindi napansin eh.
Oh man, Gio's got 12 points and 12 rebounds.
Wow. 12 points and 12 rebounds.
Remember that year when Almazan became the MVP? It's kind of like what's happening to Gio right now. Kasi like, nandun pa si Kevin, di ba? Alas.
Kevin.
So, Kevin had the basketball.
And I think Ray? Or hindi na?
Wala pa ata si Ray ng Batak.
No, Ray Guevara.
Ray Guevara. Wala na. Sina RJ.
And also RJ as well.
Wala na.
Tama. And also Ian Sanggalang. Diba?
Yeah,
Ian Sanggalang won MVP with Ronald Pascual, Pamboy Raimundo, Calvin Acueva. Pero yung rebounding, ang layo ng average ni Justin Arana. 15 rebounds a game. Number 2, Will Gozum, 10.5. Jeon Boris, number 5 actually, with 9.5.
Yung Allwell Oraimen na
May rebound count eh.
Yung rebound count, nasa 27, 28.
Oo. Tapos nung nag-awarding tayo, hindi na niya mabuhat yung mga trophy niya eh. 4 ata yung trophy ni Allwell Oraimen nun eh. That's sad because we saw him 1 season. Diba?
He played 2 seasons, right? He was back-to-back MVP.
And then he still had playing years.
He still,
wala na.
Yun yung nakakalungkot.
Sayang.
He could have played 3 more seasons.
For Mapua, diba? Josan Nimes pa nun.
Grabe yung team na yun. Coach Atoy ko.
Tama. Andretti Stevens, Josan Nimes. They made it to the Final Four. Tama, made it to the Final Four.
Olivario lost control of the basketball. Here's a pass to Makatangay. And Coach Louis Gonzalez is just giving the other players a chance to shine here. But it's still a huge mountain to climb because the Knights are on top 50 to 32.
Life hasn't been easy lately, so we're here to make your day, featuring amazing, funny, and heartwarming stories to bring you something bright and sweet and get you dancing through tough times. Simple joys that remind us of the many reasons we can still smile. Cleanse your timeline with Make Your Day. Join us on YouTube and Facebook and share your stories too. Let's spread more awesome, wholesome content out there. Make your day! Life hasn't been easy lately, so we're here to make your day, featuring amazing, funny, and heartwarming stories to bring you something bright and sweet and get you dancing through tough times. Simple joys that remind us of the many reasons we can still smile. Cleanse your timeline with Make Your Day. Join us on YouTube and Facebook and share your stories too. Let's spread more.
So we've been missing the usual production from JL De Los Santos and Jason Celis. And that's knowing that JRU is already out of contention for the play-in. But guys like Makatangay, Dalarama, Aguado, they have the opportunity to show Coach Louis what they can do as they will be playing again this year in season 98.
Again, it's just the development and the rebuild na ginagawa dito sa JRU. And in just a few months, babanat ka na naman ng panibagong season. So, you gotta use this game and the next one for JRU kahit di na sila aabot ng play-in natin. You gotta use these games, you know, to continue to get better. Kasi baka this year mo na lang makalaban si Gio Ambot at 14 and 12 na siya today. And these are the guys na, you know, hindi pa tayo sigurado kung maglalaro pa next season. Or last year na niya.
Si Gio already announced when we interviewed him here na this is his final season.
But he technically has one more.
Wala na rin.
Okay,
this is his last na. So,
what a coming out party, ah.
Oh, may mga nag-announce na eh, 'di ba? May mga nag-declare na eh.
Yep. JM Calma. Oh, JM Calma declared. Diba? JM Calma. Oh, JM Calma declared, bro.
Well, this is JM's last year eh. So, like, I mean, if you're number 1 in scoring, diba?
You should.
As you said, it's about timing. Samantala, Allen Mina too strong off the glass.
Yung bata mo nga, nag-declare na eh. CJ Cadwa. Nag-declare na sa PBA, ay, sa professional draft natin.
Aguado. Hounded by Caralipio and Fajarito. And that's a blocking foul called on Allen Mina.
Kita mo yung coaching ni Coach Louie. I mean, even if you're down by 20, kita mo, he continues to coach, he continues to teach. Yung mga, kasi wala na yung main guys niya dito. It's Aguado, Bonggay, Makatangay. He continues to teach.
14 seconds on the shot clock.
De La Rama. Oh!
Nahuli doon. We'll see. Dito. Tumama talaga. It was an obvious hit on the head.
Oh, that was a clear elbow right there.
But I don't think it was as hard as the reaction by Kurt Rayson. Veterano na rin to si Kurt Rayson. Ate mo, nakangisi eh. Veterano na rin to si Kurt Rayson. Also played in pandemic leagues, kaya medyo nagkano rin.
Yung lakad nitong si Rayson, may swag eh.
Oo, meron yan, brother.
And magkalaban sila ni Fran, ha?
Totoo.
Tapos, natatawa ako sa dalawang to. When they were playing against each other in December, it was as if they weren't teammates.
Talagang ano sila, no? Banggaan sila nun, Kurt Rayson and Fran Yu.
And back then, I was thinking, aren't these guys still going to play with each other?
Walang kaibigan eh, nung December. Kurt Rayson, pati si Renz Abanto as well.
Kanina si Paulo Hernandez kinakausap ko, natatawa siya kasi he was in one team with Renz and Boy Clear Out.
Boy Clear Out eh.
Yun na yung pangalan, hindi na
Boy
JM.
Clear Out eh. Ayun yung laptop oh. Look at the details. If we can show this.
My goodness.
Tingnan mo yung, again, the son of Coach Pido. Look at the details that goes on in that Letran huddle. If we can show the huddle play. Ay, kita natin actually dito, even from afar. They have a laptop and really showing the players where they need to be, what they did wrong, and just taking care of all the little details na kailangan, especially entering our Final Four.
I fondly recall one NBA game where Blake Griffin was holding a tablet.
Agad-agad, no?
But laptop, a laptop.
Laptop eh.
hindi natatakot na matamaan ng, that's an expensive laptop by the way. Yung matamaan ng bola yan. Masakit yan, pero eto, masakit din.
I mean, there was a hit.
Yep.
But are they allowed to downgrade? That's what I'm not really sure if they can downgrade because they called an unsportsmanlike foul there. So we'll see if they will downgrade kasi medyo magulang yung reaction dun ni Kurt Rayson. We'll see the referee's decision. But man, for you to be leading by 20 points and again, the laptop is there teaching, ito yung kailangan natin gawin, dito ka dapat hindi ka gumalaw. Those are the things that they're studying, talking about Letran. Dito parang dumaplis eh. Parang sumablis. Doon sa isang angle, talagang sapul na sapul.
The thing is, when you're protecting the ball, right, if you raise your elbows, there is always that chance na may matatamaan ka.
Especially because Rayson isn't that tall naman. So, talagang sakto sa mukha yung pag-swing, yung konting swing doon.
Alright, ito na ang hatol ng ating mga referees. And the call will stay.
Is that a disqualifying foul? Oh, no. Just an unsportsmanlike foul.
So Rayson will shoot the technical free throw here. I want to see Jason Celis and Jill De Los Santos ball out though.
Baka nga hindi na no? I mean with the vibe, no? Okay, so unsportsmanlike foul.
Looking at the schedule of JRU, Mikey, guess who they're playing? They're playing Arellano in their last game.
So that's a big game for Arellano because they need to win all their remaining games. I think Arellano still has 2 games, so they need to win. Yeah, they're playing EAC. Talking about Arellano, so EAC and then JRU. So that's why I was talking to Justin Arana. Sabi ko, kaya pa. You win 2 games. And I was told earlier kanina before I went up here and I was talking to the producers down sa baba and they told me na pag may nag-3-way tie, magiging quotient. And hindi malabo na magkaroon tayo ng mga 3-way tie.
Oo, kasi sabihin nating Arellano wins both those games, they're gonna be 4 and 5. So that's right smack in the play-in picture.
Kaya talagang you cannot stop playing, lalo na dun sa mga middle teams. Because I think we're set with the top 4. I think we're set with the top 4 teams. Ang tanong na lang dyan is, yung Mapua ba yung magse-second place or mananatili sa San Beda yan? So, we're talking about the play-in round, which is 5 versus 6. Dyan naglalaban-laban yung EAC, San Sebastian, Arellano, and Perpetual. Oh, and LPU din. Technically, LPU has a chance if they go 4 and 5. So, 5 teams fighting for 2 spots.
Yung Mapua, makakalaban pa yung LPU eh.
Oo. And they need to take care of business talking about Mapua if they want that second spot. Oh, what a pass there! Kaya lang, sayang yung layup to ni Corinio.
So now, Coach Bonitan digging deep, bringing in Guarino. Bongay with a fake. And the basket is good for Errol Bongay.
Great patience there for Bongay getting Guarino up in the air. Or no, actually si Renz Abanto, yung pineke niya doon, napatalon si Renz. Just waiting for the right time to take that shot. 3-point play opportunity. Pato para kay Bongay.
I'm shocked that Renz has only taken 1 attempt today.
Parang ano ata eh. Natuto kay Fran. Cruise control lang. Semis na tayo. Cruise control. And for the people watching also, it doesn't matter actually if you're 3rd or 4th eh. Diba? Because maglalaban yung 3 and 4 sa play-in round natin and that'll be next Sunday.
May 1 po.
Oh, malapit na.
Unang araw ng play-in. First ever play-in in NCAA history.
Ganda ng play-in. I really commend the NCAA and also GMA for adding on that. Kasi nag-single round robin ka eh. So, kailangan mo dagdagan din yung chances ng teams natin. I love that play-in. Kasi kung walang play-in, Anton, halos no bearing na lahat ng games natin for the rest of the next few days. Pero dahil doon sa play-in na yun, lahat bigla may bearing.
That's why tama yung sinabi mo kanina na dapat di mawalan ng loob.
Oo. Number 1 ka na nga sa MVP race. Pwede ka pa makapasok ng play-in. I'm sure Justin once, feeling ko kasi kahapon, there was that vibe na pag natalo tayo, tanggal na tayo. But because of the play-in round niya, medyo baka lang nakakalimutan lang ni Justin na meron pa silang pag-asa.
And Justin went through a lot this season.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's a short season, but we thought he was done.
Yup. There was a time when we thought tapos na.
it was announced. It was all over the news that he was done. But, you know, some miraculous moment happened and, you know, here he is, number 1. And Arellano with a chance to make it in the play-in.
Actually, pati yung LPU nabuhayan kahapon eh. Nabuhayan because of that win. Oh, was that yesterday? Oh no, the other day. Si Enzo Navarro. Yeah, that was yesterday.
Yesterday.
That was yesterday. Enzo Navarro. Nabuhayan din because of that win. Meron din silang pag-asa. Well, they just need to beat Mapua, talking about LPU. Ang pinakamahirap pa yung schedule, yung sa San Beda. Yun talaga yung pinakamahirap na schedule.
CSB eh.
CSB and then Letran and then today Mapua.
And that is going to be CSB's last game. So you know they want to end the elimination round strong.
That is. And for CSB, if you beat San Beda, you're gonna go up against San Beda in the play-in round.
Oh my God.
Diba? Technically, ganun yun eh. If you beat San Beda will fall to 3rd place. So kayo ang maglalaban sa May 1. Oh wow, flexing is Christian Fajarito. Daming mangyayari next week, Anton. This is an exciting week for NCAA.
It's the final week and we are bracing for the return of the fans.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be fun. Tas sakto pa, Beda Letran, no?
Makikita na naman natin yung Conyo Boys.
Oo, tama, yung Conyo Boys. Friday po yan sa mga Conyo Boys na nanonood ngayon. Next Friday. Or no, it's a Saturday today. So, the coming Friday, it's gonna be San Beda versus Letran. Makikita na naman natin sa parking lot ng ano yan, ng San Juan Arena.
And hindi pa tayo sure kung gaano ka grabe yung parking doon.
Oh, hindi na. Ang tagal na. When was the last time you went to San Juan Arena? Tagal na.
Last time I had a coverage there, it was a closed door game.
Oo nga pala, umabot ka dun sa closed door.
It was a closed door
game. Tagal na nun. So, man, I don't even know how the parking situation is there. So, agahan nyo na lang sa lahat na manonood ng San Beda and Letran.
And the Phil Flying V Center was used for various purposes throughout the pandemic.
May time na ano pa dun eh.
Vaccination. Oh! Reason to Abando.
I mean, wow! Another highlight by Renz Abando. And Anton Rojas on the call again.
Guys, tulungan nyo na ako. Tweet me some
new
words
adjectives
to describe itong mga galaw ni Renz Abando. Or Mikey, maybe you can just take over.
What a find there for Kurt Rayson. Renz Abando skying high. Si Renz, 7 points lang, pero yung points niya dito, puro highlight eh.
Pag within the vicinity of the shaded area si Renz, you can't blink.
Mahirap na.
Even when he receives a pass, it looks like a highlight na rin eh.
So he has 2 field goals, tama? 3.
You're right, yeah. Kasi kanina, 1-1 out of 1 eh. Right now, it's actually 2 out of 2 kasi 5 out of 6 siya from the free throw line. So sa free throw line siya gumawa. He's got 9 points. Itong si Renz Abando. And Mikey?
Wow, look at that sky. Wow! Head on by the board. Look at this, asking for the ball. No gather whatsoever. Receiving and finishing. Renz Abando. Look at that. Hindi na niya extend yung arms niya kasi nandun na siya sa ring eh. What a finish there for Renz Abando. More importantly for Letran, up by 20 at the end of the 3rd quarter.
How's the first day back for everybody?
It was great to see everyone. I think we were all happy to be back together.
We will never get lost because we have our parents.
Kumusta, Alexandra? Salamat at nakapunta ka rito.
Come with me for a tour of the world's biggest IKEA store.
Being a PWD kasi in the Philippines is quite difficult.
Yun yung engineer niyo. Babae pala.
Bakit nga ba tila nabura sa kasaysayan ang sistema ng pagsusulat na ito?
Are COVID-19 vaccines safe? What is climate change? Because information is crucial, we're giving you all the facts that you need.
Anong mga lugar sa Pilipinas
Isang quarter na lang ang nalalabi dito sa labang Letran at Jose Rizal University. Anton Rojas, Mikey Reyes, along with Aya De Quiros and Chase Orozco reporting for JRU and Letran respectively.
So Letran winning all quarters, although 3 points lang ang lamang ng Letran dun sa third. So that's the best quarter so far already for JRU. Saka packet yung quarter scoring ng JRU. 6, 12, and then 21 in the third.
So Coach Luis Gonzalez starting off the period with no Celis and De Los Santos. This is probably the least amount of minutes that they played all season. And Rayson knocks down a 3-point bomb to start the fourth.
23-point lead here for the Letran Knights. And you don't want to stop. You don't want to stop if you're Letran. Kasi you want that momentum. Tuloy-tuloy doon sa next 2 games mo.
And Abando comes up with another highlight board.
Grabe.
Mina for 3, and then Mina.
So Letran already had a 20-point lead entering the fourth. And they start the fourth with back-to-back triples. 26 na ang kalamangan dito ng mga Knights.
JRU will try to respond in and out. Mina comes up with a board.
And here comes Letran once again.
Guarino binigay dito kay Rayson. Guarino bounce pass to Fajarito.
Wow, an 8-0 blast here to start the fourth quarter. All smiles for Renz Abando.
Yep, he's smiling right now. Letran's highest scoring output in a single game so far was 96. That was against Arellano, the game that Arana did not play. The score was 96-67.
Look at this. Just with confidence. Lahat ng mga lalaro ng Letran. Kurt Rayson, next naman. Ito, nagpaisip pa ng konti. Pero sige, don't be shy. Let it fly. Allen Mina. And here, Guarino finding Christian Fajarito down low for that jump hook. 8-0 blast to start the fourth.
Celis is back for JRU.
As well as Darius Estrella.
Si JL na lang, yung hindi pa natin nakikita. JL was called for a frustration foul earlier.
Partida, number 1 in minutes yan sa buong NCAA. Talking about JL De Los Santos.
Rebound Fajarito, gives it to Rayson. Rayson to Abando. Abando cross court, binigay kay Mina. Too strong. And JRU grabs a rebound. Celis tumatakbo. Celis fouled as he drove to the basket. Balikan muna natin si Aya De Quiros.
Just because they're not qualifying doesn't mean they're gonna stop growing. No, wala man na raw ang pressure upang makaapak sa mga susunod na round. Hindi raw dito nagtatapos sa ang kanilang individual at pangkalahatan na improvement na gusto nilang ipakita. Patuloy na sinasabihan ng mga leader ng team na huwag babaan ng kumpiyansa at pwede pa rin bumawi sa mga matututunan sa susunod na laro as they call this all a learning process. Gusto pa rin daw nila ibigay ang lahat na makakaya para sa JRU community at sa mga taong walang humpay daw ang suporta sa kabila ng pwesto nila sa standings. And I think it's fair to say they've tried as much as they could against a team like Letran. Thoughts, gentlemen?
Well, it's just been a tough day. It's just been a tough day for JRU, and the Knights are up big, 69-39.
Mabilis magbago ang mundo at ang daming naiisip ng tao. Hatid ng Next Now ang latest sa science and technology, maging updated sa groundbreaking inventions.
Hello there.
At mga makabagong solusyon sa pang-araw-araw nating pamumuhay.
Actually creates a huge impact.
Tunghayan ang episodes online dahil sa GMA News and Public Affairs Digital. We show you what's next now. Mabilis magbago ang mundo at ang daming naiisip ng tao. Hatid ng Next Now ang latest sa science and technology, maging updated sa groundbreaking inventions.
Hello there.
At mga makabagong solusyon sa pang-araw-araw nating pamumuhay.
Actually creates a huge impact.
Tunghayan ang episodes online dahil sa GMA News and Public Affairs Digital. We show you what's next now. Mabilis magbago ang mundo at ang daming naiisip ng tao. Hatid ng Next Now ang latest sa science and technology, maging updated sa groundbreaking inventions.
Hello there.
At mga makabagong solusyon sa pang-araw-araw nating pamumuhay.
Trying to attempt the layup rather. Let's see right here.
Coach Louie Gonzalez believes na act of shooting na to, and tama naman. I mean, nag-2 steps na. What else will Celis do? And also with his reputation na talagang shoot first. That's why Coach Louie is very frustrated with the call.
And apparently, the officials haven't decided yet as to whether...
Question is, can they overturn?
Yun nga eh, kasi medyo mahaba ng oras na nakalipas. And they have to explain it to the Letran side too.
Yeah. But I think Renz is at the line. Take 2 free throws. Oh, the technical foul. Sorry. Natawagan ng technical foul si Coach Louie Gonzalez dun sa pag-complain niya dun sa last call. So Renz will be able to take a free throw. So he makes that.
Balikan muna natin si Chase Orozco.
Anton, kahit lamang ang Letran Knights, pinaalalahanan ni Coach Bonita ng kanyang mga players na pag nasa kanila na ang momentum, alagaan na daw nila ito. Na-share din sa akin ni Coach Bonnie na ina-expect niya ang mga graduating players na sila Christian Fajarito at Allen Mina to improve their conditioning and hopefully mabigyan sila ng more playing time. And aside from eyeing the championship this season, Coach Bonnie has a goal na mabigyan ng exposure ang other notable players. As mentioned, yung mga senior players niya to be able to build up their credentials after their collegiate basketball career. Anton?
Notable players and the young players also. Like Lantaya and Ariar. And a huge... you heard about momentum swings. This is an emotion swing. Mood swing.
At nag-agree, parehong bench. Nag-cheer dito. And this is a sarcastic cheer, obviously, from both sides. Especially coming from Coach Louie.
Celis will bring the ball down for JRU. The toughest afternoon so far in Season 97 for Jason Celis, happening against his former team. But he still has time to make something happen here. Rayson steals the ball away. Mina! Abando showtime!
Renz Abando. Yes, they are up by 33, but he will still give us highlights. Renz Abando off of 2 feet for the jam.
2 feet and 2 hands.
Yup. Grabe. Look at this, Renz Abando. I mean, we can't wait to check this replay out. Kita nyo naman. Fast break opportunity. Allen Mina knows. Ikaw nang bala, kapatid. Renz Abando flying, skying, and jamming it home here in LaSalle Green Hills. Renz Abando giving us another highlight, and I know this is gonna go viral. Renz Abando. 2 puntos lang yan. Pero sigurado, marami ang makakanood. 7-39, and Letran continues to maintain this big lead.
Life hasn't been easy lately, so we're here to make your day, featuring amazing, funny, and heartwarming stories to bring you something bright and sweet and get you dancing through tough times. Simple joys that remind us of the many reasons we can still smile. Cleanse your timeline with Make Your Day. Join us on YouTube and Facebook and share your stories too. Let's spread more awesome, wholesome content out there. Make your day! Life has hasn't been easy lately, so we're here to make your day, featuring amazing, funny, and heartwarming stories to bring you something bright and sweet and get you dancing through tough times. Simple joys that remind us of the many reasons we can still
The Letran Knights hunting for their 7th victory. Renzo Bando looking over here at Mikey Reyes smiling because he knows that's gonna go up on social media. That dunk earlier.
Grabe naman kasi yung dunk na yun.
Parang ano eh, parang trampoline eh.
Totoo.
It's like he jumped off of a trampoline.
He looks so light when he jumps.
My goodness, Renzo Bando, what an athletic specimen this guy is.
So happy that he's in the NCAA now kasi he can really show yung full potential niya dito. Tolentino is on the floor for Letran.
Kyle Tolentino,
the son of Coach Elvis,
who is the son of Coach Ato Tolentino, yung coach ni Coach Bo Belga. Coach ni Bo Belga, hindi pa coach si Big Bo, no? Hindi pa.
Hindi
Okay.
pa. Ready pa. Matagal-tagal pa lalaro si.
I promoted him too early.
Marami pang papahirapan si Kuya Bo.
Pero commentator na.
Oo, nauna yung ano niya.
Yung hosting tas commentator.
Player, host, analyst na ngayon si Big Bo Belga. And if I'm not mistaken, because I was there sa baba sa prod room ng matagal-tagal, he's gonna cover the play-in round.
Uy, okay,
Big
okay.
Bo.
There's a guy who knows a thing or two about big-time matchups.
First game siya sa play-in round on May 1. Alam mo kung sino second game?
Sino?
Coach Topex Robinson returning to the NCAA.
I remember, was that a 3-man panel that you guys did a couple years back?
So, si Coach Topex and Big Bo Belga ang magiging analyst natin.
So, ito yung mga natitirang laban ng Letran. And not an easy schedule. They have to deal with Boy Clearout, #1 scorer in the NCAA, JM Calma. And then, of course, that highly anticipated San Beda versus Letran matchup at the Phil Oil Flying V Center on April 29.
And if you're Letran, you want all the momentum in the world possible na pwedeng meron ka entering that matchup against their arch rivals because you know that San Beda, medyo ano pa yan, di pa nila nakakalimutan yung nangyari last season nung 18-0 sila at naisahan sila ng Letran dun sa finals.
Ito sobrang lalim na ng rotation ni Coach Louie Gonzalez. Oh no.
Oh, this is exactly what we don't want to see, especially with a game like this. Already a 32-point lead here for Letran. Pero Anton, eto na. Na-post na sa social media.
Okay, the numbers are about to go up in 3, 2, 1.
Na-post na sa social media ang dunk ni Renz Abando.
It was a two-handed dunk on the fast break. The first two-handed dunk of Renz this season kasi puro mga one-hander yung nakita natin mula kay Renz so far. Pero ito yung pinakamalinis na dunk eh.
Oo, tsaka talagang walang pantay ito eh.
Okay, and then we mentioned JRU will still play Arellano University April 27. So, Justin Arana still has a chance for his team to make it to the play-in. So, importanteng laban yan para sa Chiefs. 6 minutes to go here in the fourth. Okay, let's see why there was a double technical here. Didn't look like much there.
Number 7, Kyle Colegio. That's his first for Letran. Number 6, Jason Sellers. That is second to JRU. Don't forget to shoot.
So
Double foul on Tolentino and Celis. Estrella. Probably the biggest guy that Rayson has had to defend. And, you know, Rayson is a pest on the defensive end. Fouls Estrella.
A little too aggressive there is Kurt Rayson. 5 minutes and 50 seconds, 49 seconds remaining. So
I'm guessing, Mikey, you know, as a point guard, a guy like Rayson is probably one of the most annoying guys that you would not want to have in front of you.
those are the types of point guards na ayoko nakakalaban. Yung mga parang kitikite, yung ang bibilis. Kurt Rayson, CJ Cadwa, isa pa yan. Sa mga, alam mo yun, yung mga maliliit na mabibilis, mahirap kalaban yung mga ganyan eh.
Samantala, touchdown para kay Kyle Tolentino.
Another great find there for Rayson, known as a points guard, but he's had a couple of great assists here in this game.
Ginanahan si Kyle Tolentino as he gets called for a foul. By the way, that was the first NCAA basket for Kyle Tolentino. Again, I will repeat, this right here is the first NCAA field goal for the young Kyle Tolentino.
Run there, run the break.
And by the way, if you guys have not seen Kyle Tolentino play, this kid can ball. Back in December, he was playing for his dad. He had a debut.
Yep.
He had like almost 20 points.
20 points.
JR Apostol is gonna pull out the numbers
Ito
for
eh. Katabi din natin to nung December eh. Katabi din natin
Pero
to eh.
emotional yun eh. That was a great father and son moment.
True.
When he was playing for Marikina.
Ganda ng nilaro niya doon. So you know that he has, you know, like with talented teams like Letran. Of course, you're playing behind Renz Abando, Allen Mina, Brent Paraiso. When you're a kid like Kyle Tolentino, you're just waiting for your time. Kumbaga, sige, papagaling lang ako. I'm gonna maximize my opportunity to play alongside. Siyempre, sa practice, kalaban mo Renz Abando, di ba? And then when these guys graduate, ako naman. So he just needs to continue to get better. But we know he can do it.
Abando. Ay, hindi pumasok pero parang highlight na rin. This guy has a deep array of tricks. A wide array of moves itong si Renz Abando.
Ito naman ng ano na yun. Turn around one-legged fade away.
Simpleng shoulder fake lang eh. And all I have to say with him going out is,
sayang naman, coach naman eh. May 4 minutes 51 seconds pa sana eh. Baka makakita pa tayo ng isang pang top 10 plays.
Arenal running out of space. Now, so, well, except for Rayson and Javillonar, we're getting a preview of the Letran Knights' future, Lantaya, Arriar, and Tolentino. All right, so Mikey's got the numbers of Kyle Tolentino when he played for his dad, Elvis, last December.
Yeah, he had 24 points and 9 rebounds. Talking about Kyle Tolentino. So if you score 24 in a pro league, you know you can hope.
Teka, may additional question ako. Ilan rebounds ni Ato Ular?
Oo nga, yung bata natin si Ato Ular. Si ano din to eh.
Kasama ni Kyle yun eh.
Former ano to, 12 rebounds.
12 lang?
Not ano ha.
12 lang?
Mababa na yun kay Ato Ular. Mababa kay Ato Ular yun. Yun din, na-miss ng ano yun.
Oo.
Why did he decide?
Oo. I actually thought maglalaro pa nga eh kasi may eligibility pa yun eh.
Isipin mo yun. Sino ang ano mo?
Tolentino! What did we tell you? This kid can hoop.
Yep. And this is the future of the Letran Knights. Post Renz Abando, Allen Mina, Brent Paraiso, you know. Kyle Tolentino, remember the name.
And I mean, looking at him right now, lalaki pa tong batang to eh.
Batang-bata pa, no?
As we see this baseline jumper right here by Gonzalez.
Well, you bring up Ato Ular. So if you have Jeombot, Ato Ular, Ian Sangalang, Luis Sangalang, and Paulo Javillonar pa. Sino ang ano mo? Sino ang i-bench mo?
Yun nga.
Kasi right now, it's Ambohon, Avilinar who starts.
Yeah, yeah.
Tapos papasok si Louie. At saka si Christian Fajarito.
Christian Fajarito nandyan pa.
Eh kung yung ular nandun, may isang ganun ka na sana, kalalim.
Ito na nga si Lantaya eh. He's at the bottom of the bench, third group. So ngayon lang talaga nabigyan ng pagkakataon. That's the first post move that I've seen Lantaya make all season long.
Pero guys, for the viewers now, these guys, you talk about Kyle Tolentino, Lantaya, tas may isa pa.
And by the way, itong si Jim Lantaya was a champion for NU in high school.
Okay.
In high school.
Pero yun nga, like, these guys, even this guy right here, number 17.
Si KD Ariar.
I mean, these guys, yes, they're on the bench because ang lakas ng team nila, but dyan din nagsimula yung mga JB Bahio, di ba? Sa bench lang din nagsimula. Calvin Oftana nga, bench player nung una eh. So, it starts there. Oh, wow. So, Tommy Olivario here is called for a technical. So he's asking, anong ginawa niya? Malalaman natin, Tommy, sa replay.
Okay, silipin natin mabuti
Nangaasar. Yan, bawal na yan. Pero, Tommy, I mean, if you watch him, talagang ano siya eh. Wala ka siya mang-asar eh, na player, di ba? Talagang alaskador siya. Pero ito, nakatingin sa atin. Hindi namin mababago, Tommy.
Alam mo, pwedeng samahan ni Anjo Damiles to sa first lady eh.
Pwede to artista eh. Tsaka may tsura yan si Tommy. May tsura yan. Pwede kapuso artist yan. Diba? Pogi yan. Tommy, huli pa.
Ginawa ng audition yung last 3 minutes natin dito
At out of the playing court. 2 technical. 2 technical. 2 technical fouls already for Tommy Olivario.
So si Sanggalang, welcome to the club.
Tawa si Sanggalang. Pero hindi naman ata Hindi.
That shouldn't be like a suspension.
Kasi yung kay Sanggalang doon, disqualifying foul.
Yes.
So this one, since dalawang minor, technical foul, I don't think it should be a suspension for next game. Especially maganda yung laban nila against San Sebastian.
So Jason Celis at the line. If you look at this guy's IG account, si Jason Celis, ang nakalagay doon, Baby Falcons, Blue Dragons, Letran, JRU. Baby Falcons, Adamson, Blue Dragons, Chiangkai Shek. He played for Coach Goldwyn Monteverde, and get this, he played against a San Beda High School team that had Robbie Naive and Evan Nelly, MMBL Feb 2018, tas sila pa rin yung nag-champion.
Tinalo nila si Evan, si Robbie Naive. Wow. History right there for Jason Celis. Actually, you're talking about social media na din. Kasi tinag ko si Renz dun sa recent story ko. Shinare ko yung dunk niya. Renz, kung nakikinig ka man, palitan mo na yung profile picture mo. Gawin mo na ng Letran para talaga. Renz Abanda, one of the most followed personalities or players here at the NCAA.
For sure, mamaya pagbalik niya sa bubble.
Palitan mo na yun.
Updated na yan. Updated na yan.
Kwapo mo in red and blue eh. Ganda pa ng green shoes niya si Renz Abando. And he has a scoring mentality. When you watch Kyle Tolentino, he has a scoring mentality. Ito yung mga future, no? If you remember, in season 91, when Reynam Batak, Kevin Racal, and Mark Cruz were the main guys, nasa bench si Jeric Balanza. In their last championship, siya na yung superstar noon, siya na yung main guy. So, ganoon talaga sa college, man. When you're new, yes, you're gonna spend a lot of time on the bench, but if you continue to work, continue to get better, and make sure na walang batang galing sa high school level na maunahan ka, Hindi malayo ikaw magiging main guy when you're the senior na.
And historically, yung squires, pag nanggaling ka doon, inaalagaan ka.
Oo, totoo.
They help you with your transition from being a squire to a knight. And Tolentino is next in line.
You know what, Anton? Oh! 4-point play opportunity for Jason. Inahabol pa niya ata yung average niya. 16 points per game yan. Number 2 scorer in the league. Ano siya?
He's got, well,
layo pa.
7.
May pang 8 niya doon. Sakali. But, Anton, since Letran lagi ang kino-cover mo, sino gusto mong makausap natin mamaya? Kasi, kahit sino naman, pwede may best player eh.
Alam mo,
Sino hindi mo pa nakakakwentuhan, Anton? Yun na lang.
Napakahirap na tanong yan eh.
Nakakwentuhan mo na si Brent Paraiso.
Dito, hindi pa.
Brent Paraiso tayo. Ganda na nilaro ni Brent Paraiso today, 12 points.
Kasi nag-rents na ako, may papaper pa
Nag-ambohot
nun.
ka na.
Nag-ambohot na,
Okay,
nag-franyo na last game.
Paraiso.
Pero nakausap mo na si Brent dito eh, di ba?
Hindi pa.
Hindi pa ba? Okay.
So, Brent, Paraiso tayo dito sa taas. Sino gusto mo mag-slam book?
You know it. You know we have a lot of time on our hands when we're making production decisions here.
May 2 minutes pa tayo. Sino gusto mo i-slam book? Si Sanggalang kaya, i-slam book natin ito si Sanggalang. Si Sanggalang.
Buma-volunteer na, sumasayaw pa. Si Luis Sanggalang.
Sanggalang?
O kasi si Sanggalang, nakausap na natin dito.
Dito nakausap na dito sa taas. Pero pang-slam book naman si Franjo, tumitingin dito. Sino hindi pa nagsaslam? Avilionar, para makilala natin ang mas
that's right. 79-54. This game already in the bag. All that's left to determine is the final score so we can put it in the history books.
So, 7-0 for the Letran Knights. Wow, 7-0. But the thing is, Anton, wala tayong step ladder kahit may mag-sweep. So it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, you're gonna have to go through that twice to beat. Although may twice to beat advantage sila, obviously. But still, you have to go through the final 4 round before you advance to the finals. This is the first year na pag may nag-sweep, hindi tayo magkakaroon ng step ladder. Tsaka pwede na rin yung huling dalawang nag-sweep, hindi nag-champion. I'm sure ayaw ng Letran na mag-step ladder.
What a pass though by Rayson to Kint Ariar.
Rayson showing us the vision here today.
So this is the 4th straight game wherein the Knights have scored at least 80 points.
Wow. I mean, that's tough to beat. The Knights team that scores at the 80s. Pero nga, no? Dalawang nag-sweep na last na nag-sweep. Hindi nag-champion. So, baka nga may sumpa yung step ladder. Parang may sumpa. And those were 2 tough teams. Talking about CJ Perez's LPU. And of course, Calvin Oftana's San Beda.
You can see Tolentino. He's actually, for the first time this season, the go-to guy among the 5 on the floor.
And they're really giving him the basketball to show out. At hindi naman nagagalit si Coach Bonnie, so meron siyang green light. Pero dito, 20 seconds na lang tayo. Although there's a shot clock differential. Pero ito na, 7-0 na. So finally, meron na tayong nag-iisang number 1 sa NCAA after today. For the first time, they have solo lead sa ating standings.
24-second shot clock violation.
What a big day. Dalawang undefeated teams going to battle and only one stays undefeated.
So it is official, mga kapuso. Coach Bonnie Tan and his Letran Knights, the defending champions, are the lone unbeaten team in season 97, 7-0. Right behind them, San Beda University 6-1 and Mapua University number 3, 6-2 ang kanilang kartada.
Oh, he was smiling even before he got the basketball. Renz Abando. Wow, what a performance for Letran overall. A dominating win, 22-point lead. 22-point win actually. Kaya lang, di natin makakakwentuhan ng best player natin today.
Medyo tumagal kasi tayo. Pero yun nga, they were all ready to talk though.
Nagrepresenta, nagtataas ng kamay eh. Not today, medyo pinatagal din yung laban eh.
So, etong mga Letranista, they can enjoy tonight after this 81-59 win over the Jose Rizal University Heavy Bombers. At maalok na naman, I've been saying it, very fluid yung MVP race natin. So with the game of Gio Ambohota, 14 points, 12 rebounds, you know, that could change things again with the MVP race. Pero Brent Paraiso, player of the game, 12 points, 3 assists, 3 out of 3 from beyond the arc.
Well, with how Letran has been playing all season long, medyo kinahalat muna natin yung best player of the game natin, and Gio Ambohota deserves it, but Brent Paraiso he's found his stroke actually in the past few games, and he will be crucial moving forward for Letran. So it's important na nandun na yung rhythm niya at also yung kumpiyansa niya.
All right, Mikey, kindly break it down for everybody. You started it off by saying for the first time we have a lone #1 team at the top.
Only one thing is for sure moving forward here in the NCAA. Letran will be the #1 team in the league entering, or actually no, only Letran has for sure a twice to beat advantage because they can go as low as #2 na lang. And yung San Beda and Mapua, after their great game earlier, magkakagulo pa tayo. That's why tomorrow, yung games natin malaki to, especially, actually all these teams lumalaban sa play-in.
This is a do or die for the first game. LPU and Perpetual.
For Arellano naman, do or die sa kanila to. For EAC, they want to make sure na makuha na nila yung play-in spot nila.
So play-in positions up for grabs tomorrow on Sunday. But that does it for us here today in the first game. Mapua beating San Beda for the first time. And in the second game, Letran nanatiling unbeaten, winning against Jose Rizal University 81-59. For Direk Elmond Salvahan, for my partner Mikey Reyes, Aya De Quiros, and Chase Orozco, our courtside reporters, and all of us from the Kapuso Network, from GMA Synergy, I'm Anton Roa saying maraming salamat po sa inyong pagtutok at magkita-kita muli tayo bukas sa pagpapatuloy ng nagbabagang aksyon dito sa men's basketball tournament ng NCAA Season 97. Stronger together, buo ang puso.